Good morning, everybody. Good morning. How's everybody doing? It is the Knockem Comedy Show coming at you live from Governor's Comedy Club right here in Levittown, New York. The one and only Governor's Comedy Club, the legendary Governor's Comedy Club. And we're hanging out here on the Knockem Comedy Radio Show. It's Friday. Happy Friday. It's a wet, rainy Friday, but so what? We're going to have fun anyway because the one and only Benny Rizzuti is here. Benny Rizzuti, ladies and gentlemen.
Woo! Hey, everybody.
Happy New Year to you, pal.
Oh, Happy New Year to you guys.
How you doing, right?
I'm doing great. It's an honor to be. I love being on this
we
show.
love when you're on here. It's so much fun.
We do, we love having Benny on. Benny, one of the, what I've always said, almost like a godfather to Long Island comedy because you've been doing it for a long time and you know everybody. You've been around the block a billion times. Let's see, I'm just sharing all this at the same time here. Eric is running late this morning. He is supposedly coming in. So Benny, we were talking yesterday. Well, all right. You know what? First off, before I even get to any of that stuff, I know you've since you've been on here last, you have become part of the Gov's Radio family. Performing on Put Up, Shut Up, or Stand Up every Saturday night with Don Sill.
Yeah.
How's that going?
It's going great. It's a fun show. I love being on this on Gov's Radio. I think it's cool to be a part of it.
Yeah.
And Don and I are doing something different. We wanted which was cool. Don contacted me, and the last time I was on your show, I told you I wanted to do something like the Gagoot show. I wanted to do something different than usual podcast. And then Don contacted me, and he was back in town.
Right, and you and Don go way back.
We go way back. We go to doing. We were doing radio at WUSB.
Yeah, how old were you guys when you were doing
that? Was in the 90s.
That was in 1998.
Okay.
So,
all right, well, not that crazy long ago, but
it's still like it's 98 to
Don Sill is watching right now.
Oh, cool. Ooh. Hey, buddy.
Hello, Don.
How you doing? So he contacted me and said he wanted to do this game show. He wanted to do something different, and I was like, we think on the same wavelength all these years, 20 years later.
That's scary, actually.
Yeah.
20 years later. And Don and I would motivate each other when we were doing the radio show. We would let's do sketch comedy. Let's do this.
Right.
Let's get he'd get a whole band in there. He would cram the studio, which he does with. He still
He's
does
a big
that.
crammer.
He loves to cram people, as many people as possible, into a studio.
Can we get a shorter amount of people that just don't fall into the GoPro every time they walk through the door?
Oh, we've had a whole band. He had this band of these women who were young women who were Wiccan. They had a Wiccan band. Yeah, they were really good.
The Wiccan band.
The Wiccan band.
That's so funny.
Yeah, I don't remember the name
big night is
like
winter solstice or something.
But they were good. They were talented. He'd get some talented people at 5 a.m. in the morning, and then so we're talking, and it's okay, and he has these rounds, and I said, maybe there's a character I do, Alfredo Gagoots. Mm-hmm. So I said, maybe we could bring Alfredo into it.
Oh, we got a phone call.
All right. Hang on, Benny.
Cool.
Hold on for that. Hold that thought.
You're live on the Knockem Comedy Radio Show. Who's this?
You know this is your favorite person, guys. Good morning. How are you guys doing?
What are you doing, Dennis?
Just chilling. You know how it is.
Yeah, huh?
Just chilling like a villain.
What are you guys? Are you out and about today, or are you?
Yes, I'm out and about today. Yep.
Where are you?
I'm about to pay my speakers off. I'm about to pay $5 on my speakers today.
You want to do what to your sneakers?
Speakers.
I said I paid $5 on my speakers.
Cool.
Right. Okay. Very nice. Because our buddy Dennis is a DJ, so he needs his speakers. He needs his equipment. Very nice. So
you guys doing this weekend?
This weekend. What do we have this weekend? Well, we have the show tomorrow night, the game show that we were just talking about here at Gov's Radio. We have stand up. We have put up, stand up. Oh, I'm messing this up. Put up, shut up, or stand up with Benny Rizzuti. Don Sill hosts. Sallie will be there, and our own Eric will be there tomorrow as well.
Will I?
That's what I heard.
That's cool.
Thank goodness.
What do you think of that, Dennis? Dennis, you're gonna watch it, right?
Yes, I always watch you guys. Come on now.
No, I mean the show tomorrow night. You're gonna watch that?
Yes, of course I'm gonna watch it.
All right.
By you guys, he meant governors.
Very nice.
I never missed a show yet, guys. Come on.
I know you're very good like that, Dennis. All right. Well, enjoy. So when are you? So you're picking up your speakers or no?
No, I'm gonna put. I got them on my way, and I have put money towards them.
Oh, all right. Well, good luck.
Oh yeah, they're getting they're $223. They're $200 some dollars. I put $100. I'm down on them.
That's great.
Wow. All right.
And tell Michelle.
Very nice.
And they're nice speakers actually. They are 2,000 watts.
2,000 watts. What are they? Bose speakers?
No, they're DJ speakers.
Oh, okay. All right. Very nice.
Who's DJ? You better give it back to him.
Oh.
Okay, Eric, I hear you.
This is Tony.
Guys, I'll show you next week. I'll show you guys next week my speakers I'm going to get.
All right. Sounds good, Dennis. Have a good
Dennis.
weekend, buddy.
Bye.
See you guys later. Guys. See you guys next week.
All right, Dennis.
Have a
All
good
right,
week, guys.
You too, buddy. Bye-bye.
Hello,
Who-
Charles Goonan.
Who's Mike Lee?
Well, that's the guy
Mike
that
Lee is the
Graz was talking about.
the anti-Graz guy.
Oh, I knew I recognized the name.
Why?
Because he's attacking us.
What? What?
He said we're boring. He said it's the most boring talk show.
What?
That's what he said. All right,
Wow.
Mike
At
Lee.
least he hates everyone.
We
So-
just
Yeah.
we just started.
I know.
Because after a while, you kind of start to feel left out, that they don't hate you too. You know,
Oh,
you know how I
I
am.
feel bad. Mike Lee doesn't like us.
Do you?
No, suck my balls, Mike Lee.
Yeah, I
Tell him,
agree.
man. Suck my
Hey,
balls.
Suck my balls. How you doing, Eric?
How you doing,
Good
buddy?
to see
And
you.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year
What
to
do you
you.
got on?
My hat
Nice.
says Rizzuti.
American made what?
With
From
Italian.
That's cool.
Italian parts.
Yeah. You can get that for any name, whatever
yeah?
nationality. Yeah, you could get it from.
And it'll say
this
made from the
company.
finest Italian parts?
Yeah, even if you're from Greece. So but the hat is made in China. So go figure that crap
Andy
out.
said he's looking forward to meeting Benny. All right, enough kissing up, Andy.
Well, that's what we were saying.
that's
tomorrow.
Yeah, Benny's not a judge, Andy.
He can kiss up to Andy? Benny?
He can kiss up because Benny.
No, no, he's probably.
Benny goes against the contestants, and they have to roast each other.
I do.
I love
here,
the roast battle, Benny.
I'll give you
love the roast
a demonstration. What
Okay.
I
Oh, yeah, roast Eric.
Roast Eric. What did I do? I just
No.
got here. Mike Lee hates me. Now he hates
And now
me.
this other guy, Frank Maniscalco, hates us?
Benny,
Why is Frank here?
Benny
What do you
brought
I don't
the
know. I
pot
think Frank
bag.
was a contestant.
Oh, yeah?
Anyway,
Oh,
this
the
is what-
Boots.
I brought up Fred Gagoots with me. Happy New Year, my friends. How you doing, Eric? I love you.
So
But,
like as soon as he looks up.
Alfredo, I come on the show, and I do it. Don wants me to insult people.
Okay.
And I'm a celebrity chef. For years, I've been giving you agita anyway. So now, I give you agita, and I give you something to complain about me while you're sitting under the bowl.
This is good.
This is
gonna be fun tomorrow.
You're sitting on the bowl. I got a food poisoning from Alfredo Gagoots. But that's so.
Go ahead.
So Don and I, we brought this character of mine back. This is
Right.
what we were talking about before. The game show, Put Up,
Yeah.
Shut Up, and
Stand
Stand
Up.
Up, which is a fun show. And so there's two contestants, for
Right.
people who haven't watched the show.
Yeah.
Two contestants, sometimes three. There's three judges because Sallie, who is our engineer, is also a judge.
Yeah.
And
We were talking about that yesterday, how uncomfortable I am with the whole thing.
what, of being the judge?
Well, because I just feel like I would never do stand up. So I feel uncomfortable like giving advice to someone who has been working on it for a couple of years,
But see, there are two judges who are
who
comedians.
really know what they're doing.
There are two judges who are comedians, okay? And these two judges, they
know what they're doing.
they know but you, coming from you or even coming from me, would be somebody who appreciates comedy and goes to
like
shows.
Bonnie pointed out the other day that it's kind of like I'm kind of the audience,
Yes.
in a way. Like
And
I
I
don't
think
really
that's
know what I'm
good.
doing. It's just that you get a vibe whether it's good and tight and
Right.
you know.
You said tight.
Good and tight.
Yeah.
Yes,
Ooh,
good and
baby.
tight. I hope
Yeah.
Andy's good and tight.
Oh, Andy's good and tight. All right. Ooh.
Who else is on? I don't know the other person who's on. I've never met them.
Q Martin, Quincy Q Martin something.
No, is it
Martin.
Marquis?
Oh, Marquis.
That's it, yeah. Hey, you're live on the Knockem Comedy Radio Show. Who's this?
Yeah, this is Scott in Toronto. I want to order a pie from the Gagoots.
Hey, Scott, how you doing? Do you guys
All
know
right.
Scott Enterante? He was
No.
a judge on the show.
Yes.
Scott, how you doing, buddy? Happy New Year.
Yeah.
All right, Happy New Year. Listen, I want pepperoni, I want a sausage, and I want you do the thing with the caramelized onions?
Yeah, caramelized onions, but I know making the pineapple. You want pineapple, go to Domino's with people from India who don't know how to make a pizza.
Exactly. Get rid of the pineapple. That's why I always call the guy Goots for the pizza.
It's so nice to hear from you, my
Yeah,
friend.
nice to talk to you, Scott.
And you're the big escape artist, right?
Oh, I try. I'm not big. I don't know. I'm about 5'7.5", you know?
You got to put in that half. It counts.
That's right.
Hey, the half
Yeah.
counts. Oh, you know the half counts.
Scott Enterante is one of Long Island's greatest illusionists.
Yes.
Right.
And that's
He
why
is.
I called. That's why I called. The illusion. The illusion of the new year.
So it's not really 2020. You just have us thinking it is.
No, it is 2020. I just want to, you got to remember one thing, though, that this is real important. It's the year of the fraud, you know that, with the 20, because everybody just abbreviates the 20 on their checks and things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this way you get to add, a couple of numbers after that. You could say 2019 and cash your check a second time. You know what I'm saying? So be careful. You heard of the year of the monkey, the year of the turtle, the year of this, the year of that. This is the year of the fraud, so be careful out there, right?
Thank
All
you.
right.
Thank
Oh,
you,
Thanks a
illusionist.
lot, buddy.
Is that what you call yourself, Scott, an illusionist, or do you? Because you're not do you go by magician? Because you're so much more. You know,
I'm a
like, I
liar,
wonder-
a cheat, a fake, and a
We have
fraud,
to
but
see
I'm
him. We
honest
actually saw
about
him.
it. That's what I am.
Wait, do it again, Scott.
I'm a liar, a cheat, a fake, and a fraud, but I'm honest about it.
Yeah.
I thought he was singing
He's like,
Sinatra for a
he's
second.
like
I'm a liar, a cheater, a fake, and a fraud. And now I'm the king. All right.
Wow, we usually about that. We meaning you.
Well, he started it, so I
Yeah,
couldn't catch up.
So,
Yeah.
It wasn't in my head.
But
It was in
he
his.
does like Houdini get out of.
Really?
Yeah, like
I love to.
Oh,
read.
yeah.
He's got these chains that probably like weigh more than me, and he's all tied up, and it's amazing.
Puts a needle through his
that
arm.
Houdini. I thought you meant the rap group Houdini.
No, Scott.
No.
Scott Enterante.
Oh, Scott in Toronto.
Scott in Toronto.
Scott in Toronto. Got it.
Scott in
Not in
Toronto.
Toronto, in Toronto. Here,
Oh, sorry.
Real simple. It's the opposite of Powder Uncle, in Toronto. There you go.
Interanti.
Just got that.
All right, well, there you go. Scott in Toronto, the year of the fraud. Thank
There
you,
you
sir,
go.
for giving us a call.
All right, sounds good. Benny, I'll talk to you soon.
I'll talk to you soon. You'll probably be back as a judge on the show. You were a lot of
I
fun.
hope so. He was really
You're gonna
good.
replace
Yeah.
the guy that's going this week.
Ooh.
He's a terrible judge.
Oh, it's going to be fun.
I'll give tens then.
Scott, it was great talking to you. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, sounds good. Happy New Year, everybody.
Scott.
Happy New Year, buddy.
What's the lowest score ever given on the show?
I don't think anything under, maybe one under 5. Like maybe there's been a 4.
Yeah.
I believe there was a 3 at one point, wasn't there?
Yeah.
Really?
3. Every
But
category is judged out of 10.
It's usually, it
What?
seems to be between like
Yeah,
6 and 10 these days.
Okay.
I think the person who gave the lowest scores was Jeannie Powers was on.
And
Yeah.
She
Nah.
gave like 3 and 2. You know,
Nah.
Jeannie let everyone know that she's very hard to make laugh.
right.
I
And
think-
and she scored appropriately, right? She scored 3 or 2. Anybody
3,
ever give
4?
her 1?
No, and no zeros either.
Oh, I'm gonna give it a 0.
You're not going to give a 0.
Yes, I am.
No, you're full of it. There's
Tomorrow.
no way.
Yes.
There's no way you're
Oh,
giving
yeah.
a 0 to anybody. You don't have the
But it-
balls. Plus, the comedians that are going to be here won't deserve zeros.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
and-
Fine.
Hey, Joey
This is the
Petroni.
final. This is the final opening round.
That's right.
Which I should make. This is the final opening round,
it's
and
very
then
important.
everyone who has won on the show,
Gets to come back.
they come back, and we're doing a second round. We're doing a championship round.
Well, I'm glad
Right.
you brought that up, though, because we were talking just before we went on.
yes.
The show currently has a poll going up on Facebook because there was one show, Kristen Tinsley and Justin McDonald tied.
Yes.
So
Uh-oh.
there's a poll running on Facebook where you guys get to vote on who the winner should be.
Oh.
So that's a little unfortunate.
You think
because-
it's a little
so
biased.
Sally complained about it.
because, and I know Don's watching, so I hope he
Yeah.
doesn't mind us saying this, but
Yeah.
But that person now could just win
Because
based
they have
on
more
popularity or how many friends.
Yeah, because they have more Facebook friends. So that's like I would have just had both of them come into the like you both won, you're both part of the group. You know.
Yeah, but then it's uneven.
Right.
Yeah.
There should be some kind of final face-off round of something.
No,
Like a wild card.
Like a round robin.
I like the poll.
Really?
I like the poll. I think it's fair. I think it's just. I think whoever wins will deserve it now because they promoted it. They want the win. They want to be part of the show.
Oh, all right. That's
so there's a
interesting.
But
person-
maybe they're a worse comic and they just want to promote it more.
Well, you can't have a worse comic because they tied.
All right, so I get you what they tied,
Right.
But I understand the way what Sallie means because Sallie's been part of
And
the show, and
brilliant.
Tony is that the show itself is based on how good you are as a comedian. So
Right.
now, because they both tied,
Right.
because they were both very good on the show,
Sure.
now it's a popularity contest.
Right.
like
and
for
who
example,
wants
like
it more?
like Tim Gage,
I don't know.
a fantastic
We're gonna find out.
comic,
Right.
isn't even on Facebook.
Right.
So like someone like that, and like okay.
Well, that's
Yeah,
his
but
problem.
yeah,
I
he's
know,
over 60.
but
He doesn't count.
It has nothing
Right.
to do with who deserves to be on stage.
Any
or
comic now
whatever
that's
the
trying to get
prize
out
is.
there, they're
Right.
on social
They're
media.
on social media, and let's see who wants it more, Kristen or Justin. Who wants it more? Who's going to promote it more? Who's going to say, "Please vote for me"? Who's going to say, "I'm on this show. I
They're
need to
both
win"?
Great. I just don't think that should be the.
I would base it though. I think that what we're hoping for and what Don's hoping for is that people will watch that episode because
Right.
if you get it on our Facebook page,
Right.
He wants them to watch the episode and then give an honest vote.
They're just gonna
But
click it. They're
yeah.
just gonna,
Well, that's all right.
But it would be cool to have an watch.
But it's actually an interesting concept because maybe even coming into you have two comedians coming on the show, maybe that should count as points. You know, who's promoting it, or get people to comment who they're rooting for before the show even starts.
Right.
So maybe they even get a point that way for whoever got the most comments. before
Don
the show.
Sill,
something like
by the way,
just incorporating
the great,
Facebook
the
more.
talented, the extremely smart Don Sill, the intelligent, the
Why are you contesting?
magnanimous.
You're not a contestant. Why are you
Don
contesting?
Sill said Eric nailed it. Yes, I did.
Okay,
you.
all
Thank
right.
you.
I think though now that we're discussing it, because I was just going to talk about doing
Right.
which you go to our page on Facebook. It's Put Up, Shut Up, and Stand Up page,
Right.
And you vote there. Now, I was originally I was thinking now that we're discussing it. Originally, I was
Right.
I was cool with Don's idea. Now I'm thinking, why not a wild card round? A one.
That's not bad. That's
right.
not
What,
That's
at
what I
the
mean.
end at the end of our first show,
Right.
that our first championship show.
Sure.
At the end of that, save 15 minutes and bring them both on,
Ooh,
Right.
that
and have
that's
them do
brilliant, man.
a wild card round.
yeah.
Sarah Martin said they should settle it the old-fashioned way by rock paper scissors. I said a duel or roulette. Andy Pellegrino said biggest penis should win.
Well, Andy's not going to win then tomorrow.
Right. But
Well,
then-
between Kristen and Justin is what
But
he's
then
saying.
Sarah said, yeah, it still has to be more people voting. It needs to be more fair somehow. So.
all right.
Well,
and-
that's
Right, so I like
that's
Benny's
yeah, I like
thing.
Benny's idea. Like
So
a
should we
sudden
do
death round at the end?
Should we do an electoral college? Because that seemed fair, right?
all right. But Don mentioned he said there are links to their 3-minute sets.
Right.
So on our page, you can go to the link and just see their 3-minute
So I-
sets.
so I think
and
that's
judge
totally-
from that.
But
Right,
that
and I
could
think
still
that's
turn
totally
into
fair.
a popularity contest too.
Yeah.
There should be something in here.
I'm going to go
All
and
right.
vote right now.
I like that. I like that idea. We'll talk to Don because our show is tomorrow from 7 to 9 in this very room.
7 to 9?
Yes.
Come
It's
in
a 2-hour
hours?
show.
Thought it was an hour.
You're
oh,
stupid.
God.
He's
2
going to come a
hours,
half
7
an hour late and
I
leave a
gotta
half an
ch-
hour
I
early.
gotta
And you're not getting fed.
I got to change my whole thing.
Is there a pizza place nearby that delivers?
I told Danielle it was an hour.
Actually, yeah, I think there is.
We're in New
You're
York,
not going to
right?
get pizza delivered here today?
Yeah,
Or
no,
during the
tomorrow.
show?
Maybe tomorrow. I don't know.
All right, I'm going to go to the page right now. Uh-oh.
And polling is, I'll give you that. Polling is great for social media to get people to poll.
Right.
Absolutely. So that's, so there's all sorts of great ideas. We're not knocking anything. We're just thinking out loud.
Right. Yeah, we're thinking out loud, which is really cool.
All right, I'm going to go right now, and so I'm going to see who's winning, actually.
Oh, all right.
Where's the vote? Where's
And
the
like I
vote?
said, I don't care who wins. They're both great.
The poll-
That's why
there-
they're.
There's been 151 votes. I'm gonna just. I don't know what to do.
Are you not telling us who's in the lead?
It doesn't say. Oh! I can't
Okay.
tell. Oh boy.
All right, let me see.
Can I undo my vote? Undo vote. I'm gonna go there.
Yeah.
Okay.
See what I'm saying?
Oh, all right. Yeah. But listen, I have to say something because I've complained over the past 10 years of some of these new comics who took classes and thought that they were funny when they really weren't. And they said inappropriate things.
You see who the other judge is?
Oh, yeah, Olga.
Olga Name.
All right, so
Oh, you're not a judge. You're out.
these young comics now, especially Kristen and Justin, are really serious about what they're doing, though.
Right.
They really want to. I think Kristen's only been doing it for a year or so. Justin's been doing it a little longer. But they're serious about their comedy.
Sure.
And a good,
Why would they come in here and put themselves through that just for
Right.
if they weren't?
Right. Yeah, well, you never know. Why come in here?
It's rough. It's really. I mean, they have a nice time, but it's difficult.
It is
I mean,
difficult.
you have homework to do a week ahead of time.
Yeah.
I mean, it's.
You're given
it's
24 hours. The first
The
round
ship is run tight. So they really.
First round is writing a joke. And
Right.
the joke writing challenge. So 24 hours before it, Dawn sends
today.
them. So today, Dawn is emailing both of these contestants.
Okay.
Like they get 4 words, 4 random words, and they have to use the words and write a joke.
Okay.
To write a joke.
Okay.
Then the second round is premise pressure. And we do it 2 different ways, but it's the new way is the spinning wheel. So you spin a wheel.
Ooh,
and
you
it
got a
lands
wheel?
on- yeah, we have a spinning wheel.
Fancy schmancy.
And it lands on, that was from the Gagoot show.
Oh,
That was carried
okay.
over. I
Yes,
used to
yes.
have the wheel on the Gagoot show.
Oh, so that's why you
So-
incorporate it. You're like, I gotta get this wheel out of my
Yeah, I
garage.
gotta get this
Right.
wheel out of
Nancy
my
said,
house.
"You
and-
get this out of the freaking garage."
Okay, good enough. You got a wheel.
pretty much as it stood, because Don was like, I'd like to do something different with premise pressure than just give them the premises. And I'm like, I got a wheel. My wife is complaining about it.
I like the wheel.
So I brought the wheel and that idea. So we spin that, and then so that's round 2, and they have to come up with jokes off the cuff on round 2.
Okay.
Then round 3 is squash the gagoots.
Hold on, Benny.
Oh. Okay. Round 3, squash the gagoots. It's up here.
Oh, thank you.
You're live on the Knockem Dead Comedy Radio Show. Who's this?
Xing chao, xing dong, ni chong gong. All right, so squash the gagoots. Go ahead.
Oh, what was that?
Chinese.
It was a
Chinese
telemarketer.
Google.
Chinese telemarketer. Okay.
Xing chao.
I want to sell you more Rizzuti hot. I got a whole
Made from Italian pots.
Made from Italian pot. Wait,
Good morning, Ken Bushell, who's now watching our show.
Yay! Ken found our show.
He couldn't find our show yesterday.
oh no.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
it was very
All
disturbing.
right, so round 3 is squash the gagoots.
Right.
And it's a pretty much a roast battle, 3-minute roast battle with insults bounced off from Alfredo Gagoots to the
Right.
to the contestant.
Okay.
1-on-1.
Benny takes it like crazy serious. Like he's back there, he's taking notes on what they've said so far, so he can like
'Cause
hit
he's a
them.
professional.
It's like so it's really it's kind of cool to watch.
Thank you. Yeah.
You're welcome.
Because
You do
but
the roasting is. I think you do a super job at that, Benny.
It's
I think
not easy.
fantastic.
Like if you really pay attention to what you're doing, I remember sitting there and I'm thinking Benny is working his ass off here.
yeah, that's why Don had said he wanted Alfredo to come in because I'm off camera doing the announcer,
Right.
and then I come on as Alfredo. And he was like, it would be cool if you were in as Alfredo more. And I said, I'm writing stuff up until the minute I'm coming out.
Yeah.
Right.
Because if the contestants, that's why I like to keep the door ajar in the engineering room, and
Yeah,
I'm
me too.
listening to what everybody's saying. So I'm adding because
Right.
I'll be honest with you. I'll tell you a little of the illusion of insulting people. Some of those, it's an illusion. Some of them are standard insults, but then I write if I know something about that comic, about that contestant or their name or something, I will write extra jokes, and then sometimes I'll just write insults like I did one with Bonnie Scalisi. I said Betty Boop called. She wants her ass back.
Right, okay.
Okay.
Whoa.
All right, yeah, but I could use that for anybody, and I used to do it when I was doing the Gagoot show with Nicole. I would pick up my phone and say, Nicole, Marissa Tomei called. She wants her ass back. So so certain jokes I could change, but I am writing insults, and then when somebody says something, like somebody called himself a freestyle rapper. That was Justin McDonald, I believe, was a freestyle rapper. So I came out and said, he's a freestyle rapper because nobody's going to pay for that shit. So I'm writing. So I'd say that some of the shows, it's 90% of me, but it's difficult to write insults.
Thank goodness it's 90% you, Benny, because that's why it's a hit.
Oh, thank you. Thanks. But then I had a good one. I had Chit Chat Wheeler was on.
Right.
Very funny lady, right?
Oh, yeah. She's
with a name. I can't ignore the name Chit Chat Wheeler.
Right.
With those boobies, too.
With big boobies. So her husband was here, and we were in the other room. No. He was. I'm like, are you going to beat me up when I insult your wife? And he's like, go for it. He's married a long time. Go for it, please. I can't.
We've been married a long time.
Yeah. So I bounced some jokes off of him back there. And then one that I had half written, and then I wrote it when I came out. I said, Chit Chat Wheeler. I said, you're so loud when you make love to your husband that your neighbors call you Chitty Chatty Bang Bang.
Yeah, that was really funny.
Got to laugh. So I had that Chitty Bang Bang thing in my head.
You just had to incorporate it.
I had to incorporate it. But it is difficult to write. Sometimes I'll just go off a list of insults. I may reword them a little.
Right.
But then I do love it if I write a funny something I think is funny, and then it works. And you know that with comedy, even what you guys do, you write it in your head and you think it's
going to be great.
Yeah.
This is amazing.
And then it isn't.
But when it is, when people laugh. Well, they laugh a set because Tony was here when I did the Bonnie Scalise joke about Betty Boop.
Right.
And he's still laughing about it. Because, so
funny.
That makes it feel good, yeah.
Absolutely.
Bonnie said, now that I'm in round 2, is it exactly the same as round 1 as far as the flow of the show? I'm on January 18th, round 2. Is it going to be the same setup? Or is it going to be a little different? What's the deal?
I think that we would have to speak with Mr. Don Sill about that.
Mr. Sill, he prefers.
Mr. Sill.
Mr. Sill.
Yes,
keep the Don out.
Yeah.
Smacks me whenever
Right. You have to address him as Mr. Sill.
Yeah.
Mr. Sill, tomorrow. You call him Mr. Sill.
And I don't know if we're...
And Kristen Tinsley is watching.
Oh,
Kristen
there she
Tinsley,
is. Cool.
She is winning the vote right now against Justin McDonald. And Kristen, don't be insulted. I only voted for Justin because you were winning so big.
You voted for Justin?
I did. I voted for Kristen originally, but I saw she was killing him, so I was like, I feel bad. So I moved over to Justin.
Wow.
Well,
I just
okay.
because.
I like that.
All right.
Well,
back to what we were saying
that.
before. Back to what we were saying.
Right.
I don't know. I'm sure with Don we're going to change things up a bit. It's not going to be the standard same show.
Right.
Bonnie.
We can't tell her in advance. That's that puts her.
But
at an advantage.
Right. So but knowing Don and I and you guys too, you talk to him. We'll probably all come up with a few different ideas, and we'll bounce off some ideas. And we may throw something in there. We got to throw a wrench in there because these are winning contestants.
That's a good idea.
We got to up the ante.
Throw a wrench at him. See if they can dodge it.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
right.
If you can dodge a ball, you can dodge a wrench.
Right.
Yeah, but then the wrench.
Yeah, then there's going to be like dents in the wall.
Oh.
Then
Well, it is our number
again.
1 show. Put up, shut up, stand up. So it's worth it.
No, get out of here. We're the number 1 show
On Saturday nights.
on Saturday nights at that time slot.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
That's something John Santo says that all the time. Whenever he would come on the Gagoot show, he would say, this show is number 1 on this station in this time slot. And he gets to go for, hey.
That's not nice.
Yeah.
You guys,
you
to
guys
be
are
honest,
doing great. You guys are doing great.
Thank you. And not that I'm kissing butt.
You
but,
should, though.
Yeah, but I am.
Go ahead.
For what you guys have been doing for like 2 years now.
Just
Yes.
about 2 years.
Just about 2 years, Monday through Friday,
Yes.
is amazing. 2 hours 2 hours a day, Monday through Friday.
Right, keep it going.
And you're getting, because I can't watch. I'm at work, so I watch you during lunchtime.
Right.
But I see you guys are getting the views. You have a following.
Yeah.
And that's what you
Yeah,
want.
it's nice. It feels good.
That's what you want with a show. You don't want fake. You want people who are actually
absolutely.
watching.
Yes, and that's exactly what we do here.
And even yesterday, you weren't around for about a week and a half, right? You were on vacation.
We
Yeah.
can
cry.
Yesterday, in less than 24 hours, you already had over 1,000 views.
Correct.
Which is cool.
Did you cry that we weren't here?
What?
Were you crying that we weren't here?
I was upset, but I knew I'd come and I'd make it special
better.
when I.
Make it.
go.
You'd make
I would
up for
come
the
in.
weekend.
I'd make
Mr.
up for the
Sill
whole
did
week.
respond. He said there will be 2 new rounds.
Yeah, that's what I
2
like.
rounds, Bonnie.
Thank you,
One
Mr.
of them
Sill.
is complete frontal nudity.
Yes. That's why you voted for Justin McConnell.
Yes.
Yeah, we wants to see
He
Justin
wants to see
naked.
Justin full frontal nudity.
Well, now I'm going to change my vote back to Kristen. Let's see Justin naked.
And I believe the
funny.
full frontal nudity by Bonnie starts on this show. We're like cross promoting.
Yes, we're going to cross
She has to
promote.
stand.
She's going to come here
I
first.
still am not over Sandy Lipple over there showing her nipples.
That was to you, though. She
Just to
wanted.
all you guys.
She wanted you.
No.
She's
What was
Here,
that? Who's
Sallie.
Sandy?
She's a friend of ours. And
Yeah.
she came in one day and stood behind the camera.
Yeah, and Eric's like, take off your shirt. She's like, okay. And I was like,
Wow, hey, how come I don't get invited to these shows?
I don't need to be more often.
That's
she, yeah,
it.
so she
Listen.
takes off her shirt, and then she starts going for the bra, and we're all like, holy shit.
Well, all right. Well, to make you feel better, Benny.
Yes.
Yes.
Stand behind the camera and lift your shirt for us.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's something you don't want to see. Come on,
Benny,
you want to start?
show us your tits.
Eric's got dollar bills.
Show us your tits.
Oh, dollar bills. Hey, I'll start now. Yeah, look what I'm wearing. I'll show you
The
what I'm wearing.
gagoots with the tatoots.
I'm wearing a shirt under here, and it's not Grateful Dead, Eric.
It's Frank Zappa.
Oh,
Very
wow.
nice.
I figured it'd be Grateful Dead.
No,
Nope.
it's Frank Zappa.
Nice.
Wow, I've never seen
It's
a
a very
Zappa
nice
shirt
shirt.
like that.
I know. My niece gave me this for
That's a
Christmas.
cool
My niece Melissa.
That's nice.
So I want to thank her.
You've never seen a Zappa shirt like that?
Yeah.
this
Or you've
one.
never seen a Zappa shirt, period?
No, I've seen one Zappa shirt, but it's very rare that
Yeah.
you see a Zappa shirt.
Right.
The one that I
But you
saw.
said like that, so that
No,
made me
it was
wonder.
like-
With
it was
Frank
just
like
his
this,
face.
and it's animated.
It was
like-
just his face, and it was like black and white. You know, it was like a big picture. But that was
Yeah, the apostrophe,
That's the only Zappa one I've
Is
seen.
he still alive?
No.
Zappa?
No.
Zappa died in
Come
Gotta be
on,
at least
Sallie.
20 years ago.
1993.
20 years ago?
Well,
Yeah, at
93.
least.
1993, yeah,
Wow.
26
Yeah, he
years
had
ago.
Cancer or something.
Yeah, he had like prostate cancer or something. Very
Really?
sad. I loved him. Some people,
No,
you're,
he's
it's
great,
either
man.
you love him or you hate him type of thing.
Hey,
with
Rick
Zappa.
Beck.
I liked him. I liked him.
Did you?
And,
yeah.
Yeah, I like Zappa. Not all of his stuff, but you know,
Well-
Joe's Garage was classic.
Yes.
I love that song.
See, and I love the early stuff. I love the 200 Motels. I love
With the
We're Only
Rose.
in It for the Money.
Apostrophe. I love
Apostrophe is good.
Yeah.
And so I have seen his. I saw Frank twice.
Oh, no kidding.
Perform. Yeah, it was really
Wow.
cool. Since then, I have seen Dweezil Zappa, I believe 8 times.
Wow.
And I'm going
good?
to. See,
Oh, he's
I
great.
love him. He does his dad's music. He does some of his own. He did within the past couple of years. He came out with an
Is he
album.
the oldest?
Yes.
Okay.
No, his
Who's the-
sister,
the
Moon
girl?
Unit.
Moon Unit's first, then
Moon
him,
Unit,
then
Dweezil,
Amit.
Ahmet, and Diva.
Oh, I didn't know about Diva.
Yeah, there's a girl Diva, the youngest. So I've seen Dweezil does his dad's music, and the band is first time I went, a friend of mine had seen him, and he said, Benny, this is not a cover band, this is not a tribute band, this is a real band. And I didn't realize at first because, Frank Zappa's music is really intricate.
Oh,
a lot
yeah.
of people consider him a comedian, comedy music, but it was intricate music.
Yeah,
of-
he's an intelligent,
yeah, and he
writer.
incorporated music
or
from
was, now that I know he's dead.
He went from classical to 50s. He loved 50s. He did jazz. He did
Right,
a
a lot of
jazz
jazz and
fusion
fusion,
album,
yep.
which is Hot Rats, which I still consider one of the greatest jazz fusion albums of all time.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what Dweezil's going to perform. Sometimes Dweezil does an entire album.
Oh,
He's
okay.
going to do the Hot Rats album.
Oh, okay.
And there's a song on there with a wild, it opens with a saxophone, like the saxophone leads half the song, and then it goes into electric violin.
Okay.
And that's called the Gumbo Variations. So the first time I see them, they open with the Gumbo Variations.
Right.
And I was sold. I'm
Yeah,
like,
right,
get the
right.
hell. And and they mixed it up, so it's not the songs don't sound exactly like Frank's because now he's got a really good female vocalist the last time I saw him, and she sings. He has Sheila Gonzalez does the sax and different clarinet and stuff.
Right.
And he's got musicians that his dad would have been proud to work with.
Okay.
Because Frank worked with a lot of great people.
He did.
George Duke,
Yep.
Sammy Hagar.
Sammy Hagar. Yeah. Steve Vai, by the way,
Yep,
just to
Steve
let you
Vai.
know, Steve Vai was one of Zappa's lead
Stevie
guitarists.
Wonder.
Yeah, what a mama, Luke.
Right, Stevie Wonder was
You're a
on that
mama,
album.
Luke.
Well, true
He
story.
said Sir Duke, right? Wasn't that
Sir Duke is a Stevie Wonder song.
right? And he was
Sir
on
Duke.
that.
No, I
That's
said
not
George Duke.
Oh, I think.
But I'll give you a little bit of useless trivia, and this is
Yeah,
true.
okay.
Frank Zappa wanted Mickey Dolenz to be the drummer in the Mothers of Invention after the Monkees broke up.
Oh,
Okay.
That's true.
All right.
True
Swear to God,
story.
it's true.
I believe that
That's my
because
little useless tidbit today.
And Christina Applegate was supposed to be in Legally Blonde.
the lights are on, but nobody's home.
What?
All right, I want to change the subject.
Hey,
a little
Frank.
Okay, good.
All right.
He's whipping out. He's got a gun. He's got a gun.
No,
Oh,
it's
okay.
I'm checking to see if I still have nipples.
Oh,
No, no. The last time I was here, okay,
Yes.
I told you about something. I told you that I had,
weed.
yes, that's
AIDS.
Yeah, that.
And you're gonna
I
give
told
me
you-
some, and we're gonna share it.
Yeah, we're gonna share it.
Nice. Okay.
I told you that I had buttons made years ago. Benny
Yes.
Gagoot's fan club.
Yes.
The Benny Gagoot's, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I promised you that I would bring at one for everybody. I did. So for Christmas, for my regifting, I only have one. I only found one.
Oh, we're
so
gonna
the
fight
Benny
over it.
Gagoot's Rizzuti fan club. No, but so I'm giving this to you because you're the one that. No, because wait. Oh no. Wait.
Yeah, well, see, I'm getting something bigger and better.
Yeah.
Look, I'm getting a DVD.
He's getting a DVD.
Give me the finger now.
For football season, it's Marx Brothers Horse Feathers,
Oh, you son
which
of
is
a bitch.
probably the first football comedy ever made.
I don't know if I ever saw this one.
And it's totally
come on.
hilarious.
Horse feathers?
It's totally hilarious. And Sallie, I didn't forget you, Sallie. And this came.
Does it vibrate?
It's a what? It's a mini portable vibrator. No, Woo! No, I got this from
vape pen.
Universal Studios. It's a Betty Boop pen from Universal Studios.
Ben.
Just
Benny,
found it
that's
in the
very
parking lot
thoughtful.
as he walked
A
through
Betty
the deli.
Boop pen.
It's Betty Boop, and it comes
you.
from Universal Studios in Florida.
That's very cool.
They have a Betty Boop store
Well, I have
there.
my pin on already.
And
Thanks,
yeah,
Benny.
cool. I didn't
my-
have enough pins. I only have one left.
Yeah, and you give it to me because I'm the most.
No,
important.
because you're the one that acted like a big baby the last time.
Well, that is true.
Oh.
That is true.
You're like, go. Do you have more? Can I have one? Can I have one? So I'm like,
Benny, we'll give Benny I'm going to give Benny 5 passes.
Wow.
oh, get the hell out of
I would
here.
have brought him a mug,
You would
not
give
a
it.
non-broken mug.
And each pass is good for 4 people.
That is awesome. That is
Wow.
awesome. I have a lot of friends who want to come here.
They
Yeah.
Oh,
it expires
In April.
in April.
In April,
End of
okay,
April.
good.
End of
But
April.
it's good for
Well,
any of the 3
On
clubs.
my
know-
birthday,
And you know what's great? Your birthday is when?
April 30th.
Oh, okay. And see now, when we got married, my wife wanted us to get married on a date that I would never forget. So we did it the day before her birthday.
February 31st.
It's April. It's in April.
oh.
And her birthday is April 21st.
Oh.
So I got married on National Pot Day and didn't know it.
Wow.
On 420.
420. So now
I
you'll
got-
never forget it.
Yeah.
So now you well
Light
yeah,
up.
you would have.
Light up
You would have
and then
never
a-
forgotten that.
so our anniversary is 4th. So Nancy will, when I show Nancy these, she's like, 4:30, we can go somewhere and I won't
Take it for your anniversary.
yeah. Yes, absolutely. That's what I was thinking.
Andy said horse feathers is his favorite.
I'm sure once I start watching it, I'll remember
Oh,
it.
you're gonna love it.
Oh yeah, it's a fun movie.
I love the Marx Brothers.
Okay,
So
cool.
smart
So
and
you
ahead of
see,
their
so
time, man.
I
It all
believe-
worked out.
and you like the Betty Boop pin?
Yeah, I like
And
it.
I love my pin, like a Goots pin. I'm gonna wear it tomorrow for the show.
You should.
Oh, awesome!
I'm gonna wear it
has
tomorrow for the
Hooters.
Goots pin. I mean for the show tomorrow.
I used to have a Betty Boop pin that you turn upside down and she gets naked. One of those like they used to have with Marilyn Monroe and stuff.
yeah.
I had a Betty Boop one.
Oh, I'd love to see Betty Boop naked.
You're so
Oh
weird.
come on! I'm sure they have.
He's as sick as me.
I'm sure they have Betty Boop naked on the internet.
Do you know Betty Boop? For people who don't know, the Betty Boop cartoon, which was in black and white and by Max Fleischer,
Right.
who
Yeah.
was an animation genius
And a Jew,
and a Jew.
right?
I don't know what that has to do with anything.
Oh, I didn't know where you were going with this. I just.
You're such a friggin' idiot. So, Max Fleischer, he made Betty Boop as a hot one of they used to call the Boop Boopy Doop girls.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
So he made it, and
She's
she
like
had a,
winking at me here. Yeah,
Yeah.
she's slutty.
Yeah,
and
she's
she's
slutty.
slutty. She is.
Yeah.
They used to call her a vamp. That was a
like-
nice way of it. Yeah, and she had a short dress
Yeah.
with a garter.
Right.
You ever know any comic book women with a garter and a short
No.
skirt?
No, but
Oh,
Betty
you have a
Boop
phone
did.
call.
So that's the way Sally dresses on Saturdays.
You're live with the Knockem Dead Comedy Radio Show. Who's this?
What's up, gang? It's Don Sill here.
Mr.
Sill!
Hey, Mr. Sill!
Mr. Sill.
What's happening? What's
How you
happening?
doing, buddy?
How are you, Mr.
Hey.
Sill?
I just want to say I've known Benny for like 20 years. Never got a pin. Never got.
Or a Betty Boop pen or a DVD.
I never gave you a pin.
No, I would wear it proudly if I had one, but I never got one.
Oh, now I feel guilty.
You got to give it back.
I know, now I feel guilty.
No, I'll have to dig up. I think I had one I was saving for me.
No, it's all good. I'm happy. I've been watching you guys this morning in between working and loving the show today. I appreciate you guys promoting the hell out of our show. So thank you so much.
Oh, yeah.
Appreciate
It's
it.
going to be so much fun.
It's a great
Yeah.
show.
I'm psyched to see how Eric's going to do as a judge.
No,
Twos all around. Twos all around.
He's full of shit.
It's
He's
just
giving
it's
everybody
gonna
AIDS. He's gonna be
depend on
scared.
if he enjoyed his dinner. It's gonna
Oh,
like
right. If I didn't eat, I'm going to be cranky.
Then he's gonna
It's going to be great.
little Mr. Cranky Pants,
Yeah. Yeah, I may
Well,
get. I may,
or he's just gonna give everyone tens and buy them drinks.
although Olga Namer's going to
Yeah.
be really close to me, so I don't think I could be too upset for the whole day.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
You know.
well, I may be sitting in between the judges because we have a new configuration now. So,
Oh.
Ha, smart man.
Now he's cranky again.
Smart man.
but we also have to keep you focused, Eric. If you're sitting
True.
next to her, you know,
True.
you might be smelling her perfume, and who knows what's going to be going through your mind.
I'll be in the middle of the act. I'll be smelling her hair.
Olga probably called Don and said, "I'm not sitting next to him. I'm telling you that right now."
Yeah, right.
You had me confused, Eric, because before you were
Yeah.
voting to see Justin McDonald naked.
Yeah, now. I know. I got to switch back to Kristen Tinsley now. I said one of the new rounds is full frontal nudity. So
Yeah, the Christian Tinsley, Justin McDonald poll has been successful so far. I love that they're battling it out. Like so since the beginning, at first Justin had a huge lead, then Kristen said, "Oh yeah," rallied her troops.
right.
She's got a heavy lead, and now Justin is working his way back in. So it's been interesting. It's been good for everybody. You know, it's helping get buzz for the show for Saturday. But definitely listening to the show earlier, I'm not opposed to doing some kind of extra round on top of this. But I think this is handling it. But
yeah, I didn't mean to
Mr.
complain about it.
Mr. Sill
I
has a
just
good
was
idea.
worried.
All right. Don, is there a deadline on the voting?
the deadline, well, the way the vote works, it's got 4 days left. But for our purposes, at the end of our show at 9 p.m., that was when we're declaring the winner. So whoever's got the lead at that moment in time at 9 o'clock, right before we end our show.
Tomorrow?
So,
Tomorrow.
yeah,
Tomorrow.
so tomorrow night we're going to announce the winner of that night's show, which is between Andrew Pelaginos. Is that I'm saying his name right?
Plagianos.
Plagianos. And then the comedian guy.
Marquis
comedian.
McComedian Chestnut.
The black
Yeah.
one.
Q-median.
Yeah.
Marquis Q-median Chestnut.
And I've been watching his stuff. He's a little raw. He's a little Def Jam. So I'm curious to see how Eric and Olga are gonna relate to that stuff.
I like both.
But I like,
See,
how,
I like smart
how
comedy.
Don set the tone there. He's a little Def Jam. He's a little raw. I'm very white, basically.
And then we have
I don't go for that Negro stuff.
He's so urban.
Urban.
and then we have Tony over here watching Betty Boop porn.
Oh, wow. Betty Boop porn.
Get out of the way. Not yet, it's not. I don't know. I'm very disappointed.
Yeah, so this will be fun. This will be a lot of fun. I can't wait. I'm looking forward to it.
I'm curious to see which Eric we're getting, the serious
I know.
Eric or the fun
I'll have
Eric.
to like wink twice at Benny to let him
We'll
know
be
like
all right,
which one
listen,
we
this
got.
is what I decided.
This is how I figured it
Listen
out.
to
This
me,
is
black man.
This is okay. All right.
Listen,
Well,
Listen to me. All right. Listen to me for a minute.
Well, whichever Eric emerges, it will be fun. I know that.
Yes.
Or it'll be, all right, Eric, what do you think? Isn't Olga funny?
Wow.
Olga isn't a contestant.
You get a 2, but Olga gets a 10.
Olga gets a 10.
Olga gets all 10s.
Yes.
From all men, all the time.
All the men.
She's the only. Her and Sallie are the only women on the show tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Has there been a show where there haven't been any just men contestants and no women judges? I forget.
Only the Arnie. Oh no, the one time when we had Arnie Price and Bruce Lipsky, those were 2 men facing off, but we had 2 female judges that day. We had Palazzo and
Jeannie?
And Jeannie Powers. Yeah, so we always have a good mix, mix of men and women. We definitely love women on the.
Let's just get that sound bite. We'll just play it over and over again. And so Don Sill says,
We definitely love women.
we just love women.
And I'll tell you about Olga Deemer. I always found her attractive, but when she said that she dates only older men, she became way more attractive to me.
Yeah, but she didn't. You got it. She didn't add in Jewish. She said only older Jewish men.
Well, I look like a Jew, and I'm bringing a cane tomorrow. I mean, I have a walker. I'm going to come in with a. All right, if I bring my walker, I think I'll beat all you guys.
Andy said he thanked Don for giving a couple of young black comedians a shot.
Don's going to come in tomorrow. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the show. I'm Don Silberg.
And this is my friend Olga Neyma.
Don Silstein here. How you doing? Yes, we love women.
You were clear about that already.
And young black men all here.
And young black men.
That doesn't sound too good.
Well, now we know what kind of porn Don likes.
Put up, shut up, and stand up. But no, I just want to say thanks again. You guys, as always, rock it. And I'm enjoying the mornings and into the afternoons with you guys every day while I'm sitting at my desk.
Thank you.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Thanks, Don. Thank you, Mr. Sill.
Take care, fellas. Enjoy the rest of the day.
You too, buddy. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.
Later, brother.
Don Sill.
Yeah, and Don was so professional. He sent me a letter. Thank you for being a judge.
There's no messing around here.
I was
man.
like, oh, look at this.
I
nice.
really like him.
Told me when the
and-
show was on, I already forgot. I told Danielle it was an hour show. She's like, how long's the show? I'm like, an hour. I'll be home when you're home.
Just think, I stopped doing shows with Don since 2001. And then when I did the Gagoot show, I did an interview. He couldn't make it to the studio, so I did a one-on-one interview, and that's a picture that Don posted of us on the couch together. Did a one-on-one interview, and then, so all these years later, he wants to do a show, and I'm like, I was wondering how we were going, and it's like we never left.
Yeah,
it's like,
that's a good friend. And you work well off of each other. You could tell that you both really care about each other.
And he's the better host. He's a good host with keeping everybody together and applauding. And he was part of my inspiration when I started the Gagoot show as well.
Right.
Yeah, it must be, in all seriousness, it must be really cool because you guys go so far back.
Since like 98. Yeah, 98, 99.
And then he was gone for several years.
Where'd he go?
He died. And then, so now, he's reincarnated. He rose from the dead.
He
was
rose
in
from
jail.
the dead, yeah.
Don Christ is what we call him. So, so it's amazing. No, but really, it must be nice after all these years coming back and working together again.
When he texted me and said, I got to talk to you about something, and then we talked about the show, I was
when I
so
gave you
excited.
syphilis?
And then he was like asking me, he's like asking me, so would you be interested in being part of the show? And I remember I quoted like a movie. I quoted I'm trying to think of what movie it was, like like Lawrence of Arabia or something. I'm here for you, Lawrence. But I quoted an old movie saying that, of course, what are you kidding me? Of course, the opportunity to work together. And we listen to each other. We give each other different criticisms and stuff. But as I said, and it's just a thing with Don and I guess our friendship, but like our partnership doing shows, we kind of know each other's strengths and weaknesses, and we tend, as Sallie said, we tend to work off each other.
Right.
Yeah, you both.
Doing the show.
And when
Tend to
I
what
was
to
saying
each other?
how great Don
Work
is,
off.
I'd work off. I
Andy
think you said
wrote
something
in
else.
that I would say Don is okay for a guy with 2 legs.
Oh. And this guy is he's a
Jenkins.
contestant tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh, he's probably writing up stuff now for Alfredo.
Oh, Andy?
Yeah.
Andy's a smart comedian. Andy's a smart
He's
comedian.
he's
So we're gonna have a smart
guy.
comedian versus an urban comedian.
Well, I don't
Don,
really
so-
know. The one thing I do know about Marquis, and I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly.
I think it's
because
Marquis,
like
yeah.
Marquis de
Could be
Sade.
Marquise.
Marquis.
Could be Marquise. We don't know.
All right. So, but the one he was recommended to me by Nigel Fullerton,
Okay.
who is he's been on the show twice.
Yes.
He was on as a judge, and he did the show I couldn't make. He was the insult guy.
Oh, great.
So, but I love Nigel. So once Nigel said you got to give this guy a shot.
Yep.
Yeah, I was like, absolutely.
Right. Now,
You know?
is he? Where's he coming from? This guy? Do we know?
I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know where he's coming from.
Mars.
Sometimes I don't know where you're coming from.
From my house.
You set me up for that one.
No, I just didn't know if he was coming from like Queens, Brooklyn, Nassau, Bronx, wherever.
I don't know. We've had comics from all, and I have a friend in a couple of friends in Jersey that say if they're ever around this way on a Saturday, because
They'll be.
they'll come. But
Right.
a Saturday is tough.
Saturday's
to
very
get.
tough.
Yeah.
Saturday is tough to get. I told Don that, especially that time slot, 7 to 9. You have to be fortunate enough to get a comedian who's off at that time.
Right.
Or something.
Right. It is a
Right.
tough time slot.
Yeah.
But at the same time, he's if we're looking to get some of the
Show, but they're talking about getting paid.
They got to make a living.
They
yes.
got to make a living, So, and it's tougher for comedians.
Sure.
Yeah.
So that way, but we've had Sue Costello here,
right. Mm-hmm.
right? Sue Costello was a judge,
Sure. Lou's
and that was
daughter.
a fun night. We had Rob Falcone. Who'd you say?
Lou's daughter.
Lou Costello.
Lou Costello's daughter. Yeah, she never hears that joke.
Rob Falcone.
Rob
right.
Falcone was here in
And
the
he's
last.
Pete's son.
Pete's son.
Pete Falcone was a pitcher for the Mets in the early 80s.
Oh yeah, and we had Rob Falcone, and the other judge was Charles Goonan.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man, Charles! I love Charles. He's like in his own world.
He is out of his
He's
mind.
created his own existence.
I really like him.
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
very funny.
But him and
I
Rob,
really loved doing your show that day, Benny. I really had a great time.
I wish I had a car.
yeah, pretty much. I wish I had a car. Yeah, I'm in my own world.
What happened here?
I'm the only funny
we
comedian I
both
know.
But yeah, Charles Goon is a great guy. Very
Yeah.
nice guy.
It's back.
It's back. Oh,
Yeah.
that's weird. Sorry, there was.
Yeah, we froze up for a second. Sorry.
Don't know what happened there. Sorry
it
about
back?
that. It
Yep.
is back.
Oh,
yeah.
thank goodness.
So I don't even think it was that long, right? It was only like it was less than a
3
minute.
seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, it was that long? Like almost a minute?
No, I said less than a minute.
That's what almost a minute. I'm just saying how close to it because I only saw it for like 5 seconds.
You people should get your stories straight.
But yeah, as far as judges, we've gotten some good judges, some good contestants. So we've been fortunate
Right.
to get, and now we're hoping to get more A-list judges,
Like me.
like
Tomorrow.
you,
Right.
yeah,
Mhm.
tomorrow.
Right.
And my friend Joan St. Ange, who
Oh, yeah?
Oh,
Joan
yeah,
St.
I
Ange
do
is
know that.
coming. Yeah, she's interested. I saw her a couple of days
No
ago.
kidding, wow.
And yeah, she's gonna come. And Joan did perform stand-up.
Right.
Then Joan
She taught the improv.
she
for a
taught
long
improv
time. Is that at the brokerage?
at Eastside.
Oh, at Eastside. Okay.
At the Eastside Comedy, she taught the improv group. And the story behind that is she taught it because all those guys were starting to get famous now at the time.
Yeah.
Bob Nelson,
Yeah.
Rosie O'Donnell left the group, all those. So
Yeah.
Joan took over, and a lot of those people weren't showing up anymore. Bob Nelson would rarely show up. Dave Hawthorne would. So she started teaching the class and then picking her best students to be, all right, you're going to do improv with me. And they did it different than the Laughter Company that
Right.
preceded them. Mm-hmm. So, but
Wow, yeah,
yeah, she
that'd be
taught
cool.
it, and then she was an agent. She worked for Omnipop, and she was an agent for a lot of comics.
Right.
And now she does theater.
Right.
Theater.
She does-
She is still doing theater. For some
She's
reason I thought she
she's
stopped. Okay.
has nothing going on in the right now for the winter, but then she'll start back up in the spring.
All right,
So
so
she's-
coming up, maybe it'll be a good time for her to come in.
in a couple of weeks, I think.
Oh, yeah.
We're
Good.
going to have her, yeah. So
Very nice.
I talked to her. She's interested in coming on the show. And she'll be fun. Joan's always funny.
She's a nice lady.
Great lady.
She's got big boobies.
She's a married woman.
So
I didn't look there.
Eric's
I would.
married. He's got big boobies.
I got with a pin on him now.
Again, I got to say, my hat is off that you guys can do this 5 days a week for almost 2 years. I think
See that?
what-
Nobody
Look what I
said we were
got.
doing it well.
Look what I got. Well, Mike Lee said we're doing it well.
Oh, is that what he said?
No.
We're sucking well. That's what Mike Lee said. What do you mean?
Look at my pin.
What about it?
The one Don still doesn't have. I can't wait to wear this tomorrow on the show.
Oh, that's so funny.
I got to look. I have a Shirley Temple fan club pin, too, that somebody made for me.
Yeah, give that.
Oh,
give that
I want to
to
give a
Don.
plug.
For Shirley Temple.
The person who made that, I never asked. The person who made that for me was my old friend from high school, Janine Campo.
Oh, good
Janine
old Janine.
Campo Ewald. So, Janine, if you're watching, I just want to give a plug that she made these pins. She made these, and she made some when I was doing a show in my backyard that I call Benstock.
Okay.
And I would get comedians to come and my reason for Benstock was because all these people had paid to see me do shows like Governor's Bringer shows, and,
Right.
theater shows. So to repay my friends, I did a big barbecue in my backyard. I have a big backyard. I had a stage, and we set up, and some comedians would come who were off that time or something, and they'd drop by and they would do the show. So Janine, I invited Janine the 2 times I did it, and she made pins for me. She made another one that was Benstock, and whatever
Right.
year it was, like Benstock 2017.
All right, give that to Don then.
I'll have to
All right,
find.
but
Give
that's
that
nice
one
of the
to
plug. Does she make pins? Like, is
She
that a job
does.
for her?
Janine
So-
Campo makes pins, and
Ewald.
she's Janine Campo Ewald, and you can find her on Facebook. And she makes pins for. She's very inexpensive. So yeah, if you guys want to get like Knockem Dead pins or something,
Yeah, and then we'll give them out to people.
yeah.
Say, let me put this on your breasts.
That would
Can I
hurt.
pin you?
Can I
That would
pin
hurt.
you?
Hey, you're live on the Knockem Dead Comedy Radio Show. Who's this?
Hello, is this thing on?
Hey, we should be asking
Ken.
you that. We
What's
should
up,
be
buddy?
asking you that. Is this thing on?
It just cleared up yesterday afternoon like a bad insert poop joke here. I
What
don't
did
even
you
know.
do? What did you do to mess up
Yeah,
your,
Ken,
your
what'd you
settings?
do?
I have no earthly idea.
That's
Wow.
a doctor for you right now.
I
I
think
have no
that's-
earthly
I
idea.
think. Are you ready to do the ads?
I am back in ad time.
All right. Well, as a punishment, to do the ads, you're gonna have to do it to porn music again for messing up yesterday.
Good gosh.
I don't know if he
I'm
can
so
handle
sorry,
between
Ken.
yesterday and now porn music again. I don't think he can handle it. I think his head will explode.
No, because he only has 2 days this week to deal with it. So he's a whole weekend to recuperate
Yes.
from us.
All right, so
We have to punish him.
Yeah,
we have to
you
punish him.
punish
You have
him?
to do
Yes.
porn music.
Why
for
are we
him.
punishing him? He's
Because
the
he
one who
messed up
suffered.
not seeing a show yesterday.
Yeah.
Right, but that's my point. He already. Did you hear that? That's my point. I said.
That's my point.
Then he's contagious. The man already
What are you
suffered.
talking about?
Man already suffered
The man
enough.
already
did
suffered
y'all
enough.
see-
Only he had the consequences of not being able to get on yesterday.
Well, I don't know.
All right. Well, having said that, the porn music's on.
Okay, ready,
Did,
Ken?
did y'all see Andy's comment yesterday
No.
about that?
No.
When Tony asked me if I wanted to do the ads yesterday anyway, and I was like, no. And one of us said, no, he's a little bit thrown. And Andy's like, he's done it to that music, and he's thrown over it.
And this throws him.
Welcome to 2020. It is ad time. The Knockem Dead Comedy Radio Show is brought to you by Bella Vista Pizza. Bella Vista Pizza, for the best pizza in the whole wide world. Check out Bella Vista Pizza. They offer thin crust, thin whole wheat, deep dish, and gluten-free pies. Also, pasta and baked dishes, calzones and rolls, heroes, entrees, salad sides, and appetizers. Bella Vista Pizza is located at 154 Minetto Hill Road in Plainview. That's 154 Minetto Hill Road in Plainview. 516-433-4464. That's 516-433-4464. BellaVistaPizza.com, baby. Check them out today. Also, follow them on Facebook at Bella Vista Pizza and Pasta. That's Bella Vista Pizza and Pasta on Facebook. On Instagram at Bella Vista Pizza LI. That's at Bella Vista Pizza LI on Instagram. The Knockem Dead Comedy Radio Show is also brought to you by, see if I can do this a little less blue than yesterday, Gina Conjemi Coffin, licensed real estate agent with Signature Premier Properties. That's Gina Conjemi Coffin, the licensed real estate agent with Signature Premier Properties. 631-495-7696. That's 631-495-7696. When you work with Gina, you tap into the collective experience of the best, most experienced realtors on Long Island. Contact Gina today to discuss how Signature Premier Properties and Gina can help you market and sell your property successfully or find your perfect home. More information about Gina's listings can be found at signaturepremier.com. That's signaturepremier.com. List your house with Gina, and she will work so hard for you and sell your house so fast that it will make your
Head spin.
It will make your head spin, y'all. And of course, the Knockem Dead Comedy Radio Show is brought to you by Knockem Dead Comedy. Knockem Dead Comedy for the funniest murder mysteries in the whole wide world. These murder mysteries, of course, consist of comedic murders in which no humans or animals are harmed. Anywho, do you want to see a boring murder mystery where some crusty old pee-pants says, "There's been a murder in the parking lot of some character you've never met"?
No.
Me either. But for anyone who does, go see the other guys. You want the full experience. You want to meet and hang out with the character who's going to comedically die. Enjoy losing that new friend right away, because it's coming at you right soon during the show. You want that comedic murder happening right before your eyes while you laugh, sing, dance. You're just a part of the action at a Knockem Dead Comedy murder mystery show. On Instagram, follow at Knockem Dead Comedy. That's at Knockem Dead Comedy on Instagram. For upcoming show dates, check out knockemdeadcomedy.com/show dates. That's knockemdeadcomedy.com/show dates, of which Best of Long Island nominated Tony Walker will now provide you with more information.
Yes, nice job, Ken.
Thank you, Ken. Thursday night, January 30th, you can catch us at 317 Main. That's over there in Farmingdale, where we're performing our mob-themed murder mystery show. It's going to be a lot of fun. During the day, Saturday afternoon, January 11th, you can catch Eric hosting one of our game shows. That's at the Bethpage Public Library. So that's going to be great. So don't miss that. That's an afternoon of some fun trivia, random games. It's going to be great. Go to knockemdeadcomedy.com to see our full schedule, information on who we are, what we do, photos, videos, testimonials, and, of course, booking information. And speaking of great comedy shows, don't forget Governors Comedy Clubs, all the great shows happening at the 3 great Governors Comedy Clubs here on Long Island. Tonight and tomorrow here at Governors in Levittown, the one and only Tim Crompier, one of my personal favorites. He will be here this weekend. Sunday Night Funnies on Sunday. The Brokerage this weekend, Mark DeMeo is playing. McGuire's out in Bohemia. Our friend Joe Maffa will be out there. Joe Maffa's a riot. And they also have Sunday Night Funnies out there. Go to govs.com for their full schedule. Ticket information, everything you need right there at govs.com. And don't forget all the great shows at govsradio.com. Today is Friday, so after us, there's nothing the rest of the day. But then tomorrow is Put Up, Shut Up, or Stand Up with Don Sill, Benny Rizzuti, Eric Shevlin, Sallie O'Neill, and so many great comedians. It's going to be great. Don't miss that tomorrow at 7 p.m. And, of course, Monday we all return. The Long Island Breakfast Club in the morning. Us, Steve Squared, The Word Show. It's going to be so much fun right there. govsradio.com. You can see all the live shows. You can see past shows. You get information on all the shows, who we are. Go to govsradio.com. And, of course, our social media pages, Facebook and Instagram and all that stuff. govsradio.com. Thank you, Ken Pichelle.
Thank you, Ken.
Yeah.
Do we want to talk about swag?
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
Don't forget, get your favorite Gov Show t-shirt, mugs, and more at T-Spring-Dot t-space.com, or you can just do teespring.com, but don't type it that way. In the search bar, put Govs Radio and get your favorite Govs Radio swag. I have a question. As we're entering the 2020 fiscal year here, I just want to make sure that I'm kind of clear with my status. As with 2019, I remain an unpaid, absolutely unofficial intern, correct?
Correct.
Okay, perfect.
Why is that? Are we getting a call from a union rep or something? What's going on?
No, I'm just being a goober.
Perfect. All right.
You did that. You perfected the goober role.
Yes.
Very nice.
Ken Pichelle, everybody.
Thank you, pal.
As I'm about to step into sitting here in silence for a while, can I comment on what a great job that Jeff Bosey did at that yesterday? He was killing it, just quietly sitting on the phone.
Oh, yes.
Yes. Yeah,
I kept forgetting.
Sorry. Our apologies to Jeff. We were talking away while he was just sitting
That's
there.
all right. I don't mind that people do that. It's fun.
Getting into accidents.
It's fun. It's fun when we put people on hold.
Oh, he can say whatever he wants to say.
He started putting sound effects in. I thought that was kind of clever. I mean, he upped the game there. I learned from Jeff yesterday.
I think that was a little reminder of, hey, jackasses, I'm still sitting here waiting for you people to talk to me. That's what I think that was.
See, you see it that way. I see it this way. So there's Jeff on the phone line. I hear Jeff introducing noise behind his voice, and, I'm like, maybe I should get my own instrumental music to play.
That's what I'm saying. You see, now we're talking.
Well, great. Grab your guitar and play while you're doing the announcements.
Oh, that would be a tough one. You think that would be tough?
Why is that? Why would that be tougher than singing while playing the guitar?
I think he'd go into singing as he was playing.
That's fine. Sing the ads.
He could sing the ads.
You can sing the ads.
I'm cool with that.
Bella Vista.
Back in Bella Vista Pizza.
Very nice. Thank you, Ken.
Thank you,
Ken.
Ken.
All right, thanks, y'all.
All right, we'll see you
Good day,
soon,
pal.
bud.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
All right. So now, speaking.
Yes.
Since he mentioned Best of Long Island.
Yes. Did we win?
They haven't announced the winners yet.
Oh.
But I'll tell you what they did do.
What did they do?
They are accepting nominations for 2021.
Already?
Already. So I nominated Govs Radio. I nominated Knockem Dead Comedy. And guess who else I nominated?
Sallie O'Neill.
Yes. And guess who else I nominated?
Sallie O'Neill.
We said that already.
Eric.
Son of a bitch.
Yes.
You nominated Eric.
I nominated Eric. I
Long
nominated
Island personality.
Long Island personality. I nominated both of you.
Oh, for
Wow,
me,
that's
Long Island
awesome.
personality.
No,
nominated-
do Sallie.
I nominated both of you.
No,
it's too
just
late. It's
Sallie.
already done. I nominated both of you. I nominated Knockem Dead Comedy, Govs Radio, all of it. I nominated both of you.
That's awesome. Whoa.
Exactly. Tell him, Benny.
It's
Tell him.
awesome. And you know what? You are like an unsung hero of the show.
I really am.
You are. Because,
Tell me more.
Yeah. Because even when you're not here,
He's
no-
an unsung hero of the show.
Yeah.
What
He
does
is,
that
yeah.
even mean?
Just shut up and listen.
that means that even when he's not here,
Yeah.
it's a better show, but you still miss him.
Well, it's that smell he
It's
leaves
like
behind.
that relative, that relative that you see only once a year for the holidays, and yet you miss them for some reason.
Yes.
And then when they're on the show, you're like, why did I miss them?
See? And that, I guess, is the definition of unsung.
I'm kidding.
I know.
I love you. I'm just getting ready for tomorrow.
I
because
can't wait.
I don't have any insults for these guys.
Did they tell you I was sitting next to Olga Namer?
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is amazing.
But that marquee guy, I mean, I got.
I don't want to sit next to him.
No, but I have to make up insults about him.
Yeah.
Just the name alone. On the name alone, I got
Marqueef.
Marqueef. Yeah.
Is it
So
Marquise?
you would be good-
Marquise? Marqueef?
Marqueef.
Marqueef.
Yeah.
Marqueef. Q comedian Jackson. What's his name?
Chestnut.
Chestnut. Sorry. That's close.
Chestnuts, yeah.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire.
Nobody even knows that.
No.
That song is probably going to be considered offensive in some way or something.
Hey, Quinn's back. Hey, Quinn, how are you,
Quinn.
buddy?
Happy New Year.
Where'd he
We
go?
haven't seen him in a while.
I thought
He was in jail.
No,
racist.
no, I haven't seen him in a while.
I thought I would swear I've seen his name.
No, really? Oh, I thought, well,
And I've been waiting because, when Quinn the Eskimo gets here, everybody's going to jump for joy.
Oh my goodness.
Come on down. Come on in. You ain't got nothing like the mighty queen.
Dead song, is it?
No, it's
Sounds like Dylan.
Bob Dylan. Where the hell are you?
Well, yeah, but he didn't sing the famous version that everybody.
What's the famous version?
Who is it? Manfred Mann who sang that? No, who sang that?
Oh,
Dylan. Dylan wrote it. But
Dylan wrote it,
but it's not.
I thought it was Peter Tosh. No. Didn't he sing a version of it?
I don't know.
Maybe he did, but I don't know. I don't think the.
Yeah, I thought Peter Tosh did like the reggae version.
But Dylan's version is great. I have Dylan's version.
Yeah, I was right. Manfred Mann.
Manfred Mann.
That's
all right.
the one I think everybody.
People
our age know.
People our age. I don't know Manfred Mann.
What's
No,
about
Oh, yes, you know what I do. Yes,
Manfred
I
Mann
do.
also sang "Blinded by the Light."
Yes, that
which
one
was
I
a
like.
Bruce Springsteen song.
That's right. Bruce Springsteen
Yeah.
wrote that. Yeah.
Right.
So they have basically no songs of their own. Well, they did "Do Wah Diddy." That was them too.
Yeah, do what did he?
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Mighty Quinn, the one everybody knows.
The Bob Dylan version though is awesome
No,
because
it's
it's just
No, it's not.
Why you don't like Dylan?
No.
Someone he can't sing.
No, I can't sing.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, but it's weird because you don't even like people doing other people singing his songs.
No.
That's the part I find.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, that I would think would be okay.
So if you hear a song, sometimes you hear a song and you're like, "Hey, this song's pretty good," and somebody says, "You know, it's a Dylan song." All of a sudden, it turns.
I hate
It
all of a
ruins it
sudden.
for him.
Well, but,
All right.
but he does like "All Along the Watchtower."
Yeah.
By
Oh,
Hendrix.
okay,
Yeah,
by
I do.
Hendrix. Yeah,
By
because
Hendrix.
But
it's
that's
a
a Dylan song.
And my son once said to me as a joke
Dylan
because he
wrote
knows
your
music.
son. Oh.
He told me he said Jimi Hendrix wrote it, and I said no, he didn't. It's a Dylan song.
And then you smacked
He said I smacked him, and then I also smacked him when he said the Grateful Dead was a country rock band. My wife had to get my hands off from around his neck.
Oh my God.
But
They
What
have
kind
a
of therapy
little.
bill does this kid have?
my
Dad loves the Grateful Dead more than me.
Yeah, he considers All Along the Watchtower a Jimi Hendrix song.
Yes,
and
it
Bob
is.
Dylan is just fortunate enough to have written it.
Right.
But it was Hendrix version is totally different.
Yes.
But all right, now that brings me to something since around the holidays. A few years back, Nancy was watching the lighting of the Christmas tree. And when they had some pretty talented people. And there was that woman who did the X Factor in England. She was an older woman, and she sang really...
Susan Boyle.
Susan Boyle.
Right.
So Susan Boyle was on that show. And now, before the Christmas music, they do an hour, a pre-hour.
Okay.
So Susan Boyle is singing the song "Perfect Day," and she's singing "It's Such a Perfect Day." And so Nancy doesn't know that I know that, and Nancy says, "I think Susan Boyle wrote this song just for this show." I said, "No, she didn't." Then I got the.
And you
I
smacked
said,
her?
I don't think she
smacked
wrote
her.
any of her songs.
No,
did she?
and
Yeah.
that song, "Perfect Day," and now you're singing it about the Christmas spirit.
Right.
"Perfect Day" was written by Lou Reed. And I just jumped down there. I said, Lou Reed wrote that song, and it's about this drug addict couple that just shot up heroin and they're falling down in a park somewhere in the city singing what a perfect friggin' day it is.
Nancy.
What's the song? I never heard this song.
Sing it.
It's such a perfect day. I'm glad I spent it with you. And it's, if you knew anything about Lou
Oh, we
Reed
need
at
a
the
Benny
time-
Rizzuti holiday album. That's what we need.
Wait a minute. I think I've heard this song in
Yes.
Report's own Lou Reed.
Was it in Train Spotting?
It probably was, and it was also in a commercial for a video game where one of those video games where they're blowing up the planet.
Oh, that one.
Yeah, that one, right? They blow and the guys on the motorcycles are singing "Perfect Day."
Okay.
Yeah,
But
I think
it's not as beautiful as a song as it's a romantic song about two junkies.
junkies. Okay.
It's a junkie song. What do you have it? You have it coming up here?
We're not getting volume?
No. What'd you do? What'd you do, you son of a bitch?
Is the
You
volume on your...
gotta hit the red button for the aux, and then turn it up. You just turned up the.
You're kidding me, right?
You just turn it. You just move the other one up.
I checked the other one to see if that.
Oh,
was
but you
mixed up
didn't.
for
I
some
didn't
reason.
see you press the button. Press the button.
Well,
Well, she's hot. Susan Boyle. I wonder if it was on the Train Spotting. I think it was on the
It
Train
probably
Spotting
was
soundtrack.
because that's about druggies, right?
That sound. No, I think it is, but I think it's the one Is that the song playing when the baby's crawling on the ceiling? I don't remember. But I thought it was. What'd you do now? Yes, it is. It was in Train Spotting. As soon as I heard her say it, it was in Train Spotting.
No, all right.
Can you Google Train Spotting Perfect Day and see if it comes up?
It probably is.
Sensation. After a multi-platinum first release, her new Christmas album, The Gift, is already a smash hit. Tonight she sings Perfect Day. Here's Susan Boyle.
Hey, Susan Boyle. Yep.
And this is from the tree lighting.
Right, from the tree lighting. That's. And Lou Reed was a New Yorker, so yeah.
But then he moved to the city. He moved to Gramercy.
He's a Long Islander, but he never wanted people to know he was from Long Island. He hated Long Island.
He wanted to be like from Greenwich Village.
And I think he lived in Soho.
Wow, it's Susan Boyle. It's better without volume. Stop it.
Better without video.
She was a genius.
Was? She's not dead.
But she put this on her holiday
jail.
album.
How dare you hate on a fellow United Kingdomer?
You didn't hear me say that about Don before? That's why I thought it was funny.
What's
Because
that?
when you're like, where's Don been? I'm like, he's been in jail. Sounds like the whole day, every time anyone's missing.
But yeah, that was in
That's
Train
funny.
Spotting, absolutely.
All right,
and
yeah,
I think
and-
it was the scene with the baby
And
when
it's
he
on-
started drying out.
It's on Lou Reed's first solo album, the
Right.
Transformer album, with
I love Transformers more than meets the eye. Right? No,
Yeah, Lou sings that song. So, Walk on the Wild Side is on that album.
Oh, that one I know.
You know
Take a
that.
walk on the wild side, and all good. Do. Oh, the black girls.
Yeah, and the Color Girls.
Oh,
All
the
the
color
Colour
girls.
Girls.
The do.
The Colour Girls sing.
Yeah, that's good. So he's dead now.
Yes.
Who
Yeah.
plays the sax on that?
Frank Zappa.
Come on. You don't know that, Benny? Who
Yes,
plays the sax?
The guy from Hall & Oates.
Stop it.
Chuck Mangione.
No,
I don't-
Oh, the Clarence Clemens.
David Bowie.
Oh, Bowie, that's right. Yeah, David Bowie.
David Bowie.
Yeah, because and for a while there, Bowie was doing some Lou Reed type songs.
I think he was doing Lou Reed. I think.
Oh, that goes
Hey,
without saying.
fellas.
Lou Reed
Let's
went.
take a walk on the wild side.
Lou Reed went more than both ways.
How do
He
you
went
know?
like 3 ways.
He went to animals.
He went 3 ways. And I was surprised when Lou Reed passed away. He had quite a lot of money. He had a big estate, but he's a guy you thought was non-commercial. His songs
They're all commercial.
His songs are everywhere. Yeah,
They're all commercial.
Absolutely.
They're all
Yeah.
sellouts.
They're all in it to make money and get checks.
Sure,
that's
why
why-
not?
That's why we do anything.
All right, there's one person though who surprised everybody. Gracie Slick, Grace Slick from
about her?
Jefferson
Airplane and
Yeah.
Jefferson Starship.
Oh, come on.
Hey.
She sold out in the 80s.
Wait,
We
okay,
built this city for rock and roll.
We built the city and stuff. Yes,
That was a great
And
song.
now she
Ooh.
retired for that. But
Yeah.
but
There's Grace on the phone right now.
J-
Hold that thought, Benny.
Sorry, the phone's having trouble. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a pain in the neck.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems we
We
had
had change. We had to change lines.
I think it's just the phone, right? The actual physical phone.
I don't know what's going on.
Whoever you are calling, our apologies. Whoop,
Yeah.
you there? Hello.
Hello, Knockem Dead Radio.
Hello, Rick. How are
Hey,
you?
Rick.
This is Rick. What's going on?
How's
Happy
things?
New Year.
Happy New Year, buddy.
Happy New Year 2020. I'm interrupting your conversation to bring you 2 movie reviews. Are you guys good with that?
Oh, yeah. Well, what are the movies?
Okay, I got the new Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
All Night Is My Name.
Nice.
Oh,
All
yeah.
right,
Yeah.
And the 3 of us, I don't know about Benny, but the 3 of us saw both those movies.
Yeah.
So did I.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah. Yeah.
nice. We're gonna have a nice
This is,
group
I think
conversation.
this is a first. I
Yeah,
think.
This
that
is
we
the
all
first.
saw it. Yeah.
Whoa, this is history in the making.
Yeah, the first time we've all seen. Excellent. So okay,
Excellent.
I'm gonna make them real brief. So Rise of
Like your
Skywalker,
underwear.
I think me.
Boxes the
I think
briefs,
it's-
Rick.
Boxers.
Oh, sexy.
Yeah, you're supposed to say none.
None. Okay, wait. Let's get.
Now Rick's roll
keep
red.
on track until the reviews are over. Eric.
All right,
And then
fine.
Go ahead.
And then we can compliment my body as much as you want. All right, sound good?
Sounds good, bud.
Okay. So, we got Rise of Skywalker, which
Yeah.
I will say right out the gate, I think it's the worst of the Disney Star Wars
Go
movies.
fuck
but
yourself.
Oh my goodness!
Not the worst. Not the worst overall, just the worst of the Disney ones. I would put it like in line with Solo, maybe below that.
So much better than Solo.
Did you
But
just say
I
below
also-
Solo?
Around Solo.
I would put
Wow.
it below Solo.
Hang up
Just
on
a
Below.
little bit.
Get the
Hang
So
up
wrong.
on him.
Wow. Well, no, let him tell us why.
Yeah, fine.
I thought it was but I also didn't think it was terrible. I thought it was rushed. I thought a few of the things that they were setting up in the other movies didn't pay off. And I think there was just there was a weird fixation on doing what Star Wars fans want and not what would make a great movie. It seems like every bit is like, remember the Emperor? Remember this? Remember when Luke threw his lightsaber away and you guys didn't like that? Well, he's going to say that there's a terrible thing to do, and he was wrong, and that last movie never happened. But then there's other things that, like the Kylo Ren story and Rey, I thought was great.
I
thought
loved
was
that part.
Yeah.
Every bit with Kylo Ren and Rey was perfect.
Right.
So I'm kind of torn. I want to give it a 6 out of 10 because
Oh,
it
man. Really a 6?
Yeah, I think it went. I don't know. It didn't feel as good as the.
Are you
Force
rating it
Awakens
against
or
Star
Last
Wars
Jedi.
movies, or are you rating it against
Yeah.
movies you've seen?
I mean, I try to do it with both. I mean, as far as
Okay.
Star Wars movies,
I'll give him a 6.5. I'll give it.
Yeah.
I'm not much more.
I
than
would give
that,
it a
but
6.
I wouldn't say it was the worst, but
And I will say, after rewatching Solo: A Star Wars Story, it's not as good as I made it out to be last year.
Yeah,
I
I
loved it when I
really
saw
like
it in the
it.
movies, but I would bring my rating on that. I think I gave it an 8 at the time. I would give it a 7 now. I would
Wow,
give Solo
okay.
a 7. So I
would
still
give Solo
thought
a
it was-
5.
Me too.
Yeah, you guys
Yeah,
didn't
I would
like
give
at
Solo
all.
a 4. I didn't like
Yeah, I
Solo
didn't
at
like
all.
Okay. I went into Solo thinking I would hate it and came out liking it, so that could have been it
You
too.
went in
Yeah,
Solo.
true.
He went in Solo.
I went
in
in
Solo.
I went into Solo.
Happens
I
so
went into
obviously.
Harrison Ford.
You
Yeah.
wish.
I really liked. We're spoiling everything now because it's been out 2 weeks. I like that they got. I like that they got him back. Solo. I just said his name. Oh, Harrison Ford.
Yeah, but I think
I like that they
that
got
was
him
supposed to be a
back for that
Carrie
little
Fisher
bit.
part.
It probably was. They really had their hands tied with. It really looked like Carrie Fisher at points. So I wonder if they had some footage of her that they just kind of.
Yeah, they did.
It was.
Or
Yeah,
was it
I had
all
read
CGI?
that
Okay.
these scenes were already filmed.
They
yeah.
were outtakes.
Oh, wow.
They were
It
outtakes
was
from the
actually-
last movie. Or from the last
no way!
two.
And they just kind of stuck her. They just put it in the woods or whatever.
Yeah.
They just
Yeah.
that's actually really interesting.
Yeah.
And then,
Because considering that, they did a really good job.
yeah,
I
that's.
think it was pretty
I give
good.
them credit for that.
And
too.
that
Yeah.
flashback scene with the young Luke and Leia, I thought was fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
me
love
too.
That.
Yeah, that was very cool.
I
don't
personally,
remember that.
I gave
I
it
don't
an
know.
8.
I'm a
I
little-
was-
I would give
I
it
think I'm harder on this movie because I went in wanting to
Yeah, you
love it. And
Well, yeah, I was harder too every
disappointed.
time I see Carrie Fisher.
Oh yeah.
I kept hearing that it wasn't going to be that great, so maybe that's why I was like, "Oh, this is great."
Okay.
I mean, after
It
Captain
had
America,
Like a 50. Yeah, it had like a 50 something.
You didn't like Captain
I think
America?
It was a 55.
Captain
Captain
Marvel.
America.
Captain
Oh.
Marvel.
But that's not related to
Oh,
Star
Captain
Wars. so.
Marvel.
Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah.
Rick, can you explain the whole Avengers Star Wars, like how they're not related? Can you do that now?
Yeah, I'm just going
We'll just
movie
take
by
off the rest
movie.
of the show.
Shut
I
up.
really can't. They're
Thanos
owned by the
against
same
Darth
company. Hopefully they'll do a crossover. Avengers
happen now
meets
that they
Star
all
Wars.
own
It'll make absolutely no sense.
I would give Star Wars the new one. I would give that an 8 as well.
Yeah.
I saw it.
Okay.
I saw it twice.
Really?
Yeah, first time I
I'm
saw
gonna
it
see.
was in a crappy theater in Islip, and then I went in Deer Park in a Regal theater and watched it the second time, and I took it for what it was. It's the final of the 9 episodes.
Right.
You know, it still had that feel of a serial.
Yes.
You know, like an old fashioned.
Yeah.
So it still had that
Trilogy
feel
type
to
thing.
it. And I do. There were like loose ends and stuff, but I liked bringing the Emperor back.
I did too, but I wasn't so sure about how like all of a sudden he had a kid and they hid the baby, and I'm like, where did this kid fucking?
Yeah,
go?
I didn't
you
like
realize
that.
now I have
Right.
to,
They
now
had
I
to
have
throw-
to imagine the Emperor having sex.
Yes.
And that
Yeah, right.
is not a pretty picture.
Yes, take my.
Yeah.
I know, because you never saw him.
I didn't even think about that. Thanks a lot, Rick.
the force of my jizz shooting in your vagina.
You never saw him with women, so now that you bring that up, you never saw him with women.
Right.
So
Yeah.
how did that happen?
So you're
Imagine-
saying that he was gay, a gay emperor. The gay
He
emperor.
totally fits the bill.
Imagine.
Is that
Yeah.
particular actor gay in real life?
Yes, and
'Cause he
Oh, is
seems-
he?
yes, Ian McDermott. Yes.
No.
Yeah.
No.
No,
You know
his
what it
name
is?
is
I
Honus
like the execution.
Honus
better than the
Wagner.
idea.
Wait, what, Rick?
That's great, because I know who
like
Honus
the-
Wagner is, so that's why I'm laughing. But
I like the idea of bringing the Emperor back was not good to me, but I actually think in the movie it works.
Yes.
And I liked something about Rey not being a big, like, it's not a family legacy thing. I was worried they were going to
Yeah,
make
me
her
too. I like that
Luke's
too.
long
Yeah.
lost daughter, and when they didn't do that in Last Jedi, I was so happy. I was like, yes, she's not
'Cause it's
like
too easy,
coming
you
from
know?
a long line of
Although
good
she
or
did
evil
say,
people. We don't have to make the world feel small. But then it's like, she's the Emperor's granddaughter. Okay, so you undid now something I liked, which was that she wasn't special, like, by birth. She had to earn, like, I don't know.
right.
I like that she used the lightning power without realizing it. You know,
Right.
she, like, that was, like, a little hint that she was going to be Palpatine's granddaughter.
Right? Can you you mentioned
but-
the lightning
yeah.
power on the clitoris, though?
Ah,
Yes, pleasure.
That's a porn coming. The rise, the real rise,
The rise of
Sky
Skywalker.
penis.
Star Horror.
Good.
Star Wars, yeah.
Star Wars, nothing but Star Wars.
All right, so moving on. So
All right.
Dolomite.
I got to make Dolomite even briefer because I'm away from my desk.
Oh, boy.
Ready,
So-
Rick? To me, Dolomite was the Eddie Murphy's version of Ed Wood. Go.
Yeah, it was Eddie's. It was absolutely the blaxploitation Ed Wood. It was a
Thank you.
fantastic
Racist
movie.
prick.
I absolutely loved it. I actually don't think I had a single problem with this movie.
No, it was
other
great.
than the fact that
Yes.
it wasn't in theaters. I wanted to see this in a movie theater.
Yeah, I
it
agree.
was so good. Like I watched it on Netflix, didn't pay for it, and at the end I was like, I
have to give someone
can't believe this
$10.
wasn't. Yeah, I want to give someone money. This was that good. Eddie Murphy was amazing in it. I just watched his SNL episode, and that was one of the best
Yeah.
I've seen in a long time.
Yes.
Long time.
Yeah, he brought back all his classic characters, but the movie Dolomite is named.
If it was in the theater, would it be an Oscar-worthy performance? I think it would be.
I think so,
Yeah, I think
definitely.
so.
I loved the aesthetic. The 70s vibes were incredible. And, I mean, I love terrible movies. Like, I love the culture surrounding terrible movies. I'm obsessed with Ed Wood, Tommy Wiseau, you know, with The Room and all that. Like, I love the disaster artist.
Did you actually see the original Dolomite?
Well, right after it was done, I looked up clips. I watched the original. I watched like movie fights from the original Dolomite.
Right.
I can't believe how close they were to how they did it in the
Yes.
movie.
Yes.
And it was so funny. I will probably watch the original Dolomite soon.
I am watching it
So,
right now, currently
yeah.
on from YouTube on my new smart
Oh,
television.
Is the whole
Oh,
thing
cool.
on YouTube?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
The whole thing, and yeah, it's bad. It's bad. And you
I
sit
couldn't-
there, oh man.
That movie made $10 million.
Yeah.
They said that that is on a $300,000 budget.
Just goes to
That
show you
is
what blacks will
incredible.
buy.
Yeah.
You're such a racist.
Yeah, without
No.
thinking.
They
Take
were-
that out.
No, he's not.
Edit that out. This will be used against me in 15 years.
Rich white people were buying Brillo boxes and Campbell soup cans from Andy Warhol.
White people were watching The Love Boat
Right.
and Charlie's Angels.
I love the Love Boat. The Love Boat.
Oh goodness, that was funny.
But
There were so many great scenes, amazing acting, great music. I loved it, and it's probably one of my favorite movies of the year.
Yep.
I will give that one a 10 out of 10. Loved it.
Nice.
Loved
Yes.
it. Loved
Wow.
it.
Did you see The
No
Irishman?
problems at all. I have not seen The Irishman yet.
Don't waste your time.
I need to set
Yeah,
aside
you
3
don't
and a
need
half
to.
hours of
Yeah.
my
Yeah,
life.
you really don't
Don't
need
waste-
to.
don't waste
I'm
your
glad
For
I
a
saw
movie
it, but
that
I really
know
wouldn't have given a
is
crap.
only gonna be, you know what it is? I know the movie's only going to be okay, so I can't
It's
psych
very
myself up to
slow.
watch it.
It could have been 2 hours. Yeah.
Right.
I have a feeling I'm going to like Rise of Skywalker more a second time because I just watched Avengers Endgame, which I also was disappointed by.
Yeah.
And I loved it.
I love
loved
that movie.
watching it again. Kind of, I don't know. I think knowing how it is, I was less hard on what I didn't think about what I wanted. I thought about, okay, what's in front of me,
But you were
it's
still
actually
hard.
really, really well done. Yeah, no,
Just
I'm
less
not-
hard.
But you're not
that
expecting
movie has
anything.
You're a
15
9
muscly
hard.
men running around.
Right.
I was hard the entire time. I don't think, except the part with Gamora and her sister. I had to go.
You
to
didn't
that.
like that?
Yeah, that you didn't like. No, that was like
No, that was. No, I actually Avengers Endgame. I want to redact that one too. I think I gave that a 6 or something. I'd probably give that
Yeah,
a 7.
that's
now.
crazy,
So 7's
Rick.
all around.
6.
Oh, I love that movie.
Seven's
I love
all
that
around.
movie.
It made me cry at the end.
Did you
I mean,
cry?
I cried.
Okay, Benny.
When
No, I
Did anybody
wasn't.
give you a hug?
And I thought that it was a great way to end it because all right, Tony Stark,
It really was.
but now
It was really
What
good.
happens
Took away
to-
everyone else.
what happens to Captain America?
Like
and I
Black
think that
Widow.
scene,
I was
Right.
so upset
that
about
scene
that.
with Captain America sitting there
Yeah.
as an old man, I thought, what a great way to
I
end
loved that.
Yeah,
I
no,
thought that
that
was
was
one of the
that
best
was
endings.
perfect.
of
So
a
I would
movie.
give that a 9.
It really was.
total
Yeah.
10.
And
Okay.
Black Widow's got her own movie. It's coming out soon.
Yeah, coming out prequel.
Yep.
With David
I'm
Harbour as her
excited for that.
father.
Yeah.
Who's
All right,
David
guys.
Harbour?
So happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Rick.
And we'll come back with more movies next week.
All right.
Cool.
All
Thanks,
right.
man.
Thanks, Rick.
Take care,
Bye.
guys.
Yeah,
See you
Happy
later,
New
Rick.
Year.
All right, bye.
Bye. Rick,
I would
Rick, everybody.
Dolomite. I loved myself.
I
also.
loved it,
I
yeah.
loved it. I would give it, and I thought of Dolomite as a different version of the Disaster Artist, with James Franco
right,
doing
fair enough.
the movie The Room,
Right.
which was considered like
Well, yeah.
The Room is
okay.
considered the worst movie in the world ever
Did you ever
made.
see The Room?
Yes, part of it
Oh,
because
it's
my
so
son had it's terrible, but the kids loved it because it was it became a cult film.
Yeah. Yeah.
So making a movie about making a bad movie was cool. Where Eddie Murphy was making a movie about a guy that was pretty much an African American cult hero, cult
Right.
comedy hero.
Right.
That I don't remember Dolomite.
Yeah,
I don't
me either.
remember that.
Right,
what was
'cause
his
he was
name? What was his
African-American.
name?
Rudy Ray Moore.
Rudy Ray Moore. I
Yeah.
don't remember Rudy Ray.
No, I don't remember him at
I
all
saw
either.
some of those blaxploitation films. In the
Blackula.
theater. Blaxploitation. That's what they were called.
No, I'm saying Blackula was one of them.
Blackula. Oh,
Blackula.
all right. I thought you were
No, Blackula was one of the.
Blackula.
Yeah.
Superfly.
It was the Black Dracula.
Yeah, Superfly. I don't know if you can consider Cotton Comes to Harlem because that had all A-list people. Cotton Comes to
I
Harlem.
don't remember that one.
And that's there's drugs in the Cotton. There's
Ah,
drugs. And
okay.
Richard Pryor's in that. Red Fox is in that one.
I thought it was the kid from Little Rascals. Cotton comes.
Cotton.
Such a friggin' Mama Luke.
He's called you that 3 times today.
know.
Today alone.
Yeah. 3 times.
Cotton. It's coming to call him. I did like Dolomite though. I really enjoyed
Me too.
it. And
Me
no,
too.
I didn't know who Rudy Ray Moore was at all.
Yeah.
He was probably a black cult hero only and a cult comedy hero only. And
But he
you know, it's
made
good
$10
that-
million in the first movie.
And,
and
and
the first
made it-
7 more movies he made.
7 more.
Right.
I think 3 or 4 more were Dolomite movies, and then they were movies that he just produced
Right. Okay.
because he started his own company,
Right.
his own filmmaking.
Good for him. Good for him.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm in the middle of watching Dolomite, and I'm about maybe 15, 20 minutes into it. I'm like, this is exactly how I expected it to be.
I didn't think I'd
scenes
like
don't make
it.
sense, and they're moving things along, and Yeah,
I actually thought it was going to be stupid, and I loved it.
I read so
thought it
many
was
good
great.
things about it already, and then
Right.
my son
Oh,
is
so you knew.
a movie guy, like Tony's son is
I guess
a movie guy.
if
Right.
it didn't
So-
go to the theater, I was thinking, oh, you know how good they like. Like at first, I was thinking, well, maybe they know it's not going to be good, and I was like, this is great.
No, you know what I think it is, but I think that Eddie Murphy kind of fell out of the audience. You know, he's not a box office drawer anymore.
Right.
You know, and for a while there,
yeah.
some of the movies he made, like that movie where it was they were inside a body of a robot, and all, you know.
that was
Pluto Nash.
yes.
Right?
Yeah, no, there was another one. Pluto Nash was one of the bombs, but he made so many bombs. Then he made a serious movie, Mr. Church.
Oh, I don't remember that one.
Mr.
Mr.
Church.
Dr.
Church.
Doolittle went well, right?
Dr. Doolittle, but then after that, there was a succession of a lot of
Bad ones?
and then he did that movie with Ben Stiller, the
Right.
heist.
Tower Heist.
They thought that was going to be kind of like his comeback, but then he had that problem with the Oscars right after that movie came out.
Tower Heist.
Tower Heist, and
And
then
then
the
he
Oscars.
fell
He didn't
off
do the,
again,
and he
yeah.
fell off. And I think that I don't feel that people would have been running out to see Eddie Murphy in the movie theater.
Right.
I think that he needed what he's doing right now is
Yeah, it's
brilliant.
pretty smart what he's doing now.
It's very
Right.
smart because he went on
Yeah, but
Jerry
it was also
Seinfeld's.
but it was also part of the deal that said, okay, we'll produce Dolomite for you. Netflix said we'll produce Dolomite for you, but you're doing your comedy special on Netflix. So that's really the big payoff Netflix is hoping for.
Yeah.
And I
You know
think
what I
he'll
mean?
do good because
Yeah.
he went on Jerry Seinfeld's show.
Right.
And on Comedians and
Comedians,
Cars.
right.
He made a big splash with that. Maybe let people know I'm back. Then he made this movie, which is a perfect vehicle for him at his age and everything.
Right.
He picked a great. And there's something before they came out with Dolomite, they wanted to make a Richard Pryor biopic. And Eddie Murphy was going to play Richard Pryor's father. And I think that, I can't think of his name right now. He's in Dolomite too. Mike Epps. I
Yes.
think he was going to play Eddie or something.
Okay.
And,
wow.
and they were all set. They wanted to make it. And then the studios backed out.
Oh, okay.
So they chose this movie and made. So I believe a lot of the cast members were going to be in the Eddie Murphy and Richard Pryor biopic.
Right, right.
They were going to be in the Richard Pryor movie, and then so they went with this, and this is such a success that now they're going to do the one Coming to America 2.
They already
Yeah.
finished it.
Yeah,
They finished it.
yeah.
So
But
Coming
that's,
to
that's a risky move because right now he's on such a high. If that movie stinks,
Oh, it won't stink.
you
It'll
don't think
be
it'll
good.
stink?
No, it'll be great.
I think they're going to
I
appeal
hope so.
to. I think they're going
They
to appeal
waited a
to
long
every-
time to make
They
it.
got- yeah,
But
they're
that's
gonna
one of
appeal.
those movies, though, that I don't know, man. If it's got to be perfect because it's just one of those movies you don't mess with.
Yeah, it was a good.
I
movie.
So
agree.
it's got to be perfect.
Sometimes
Like
the
when
sequel.
Ghostbusters gets like messed with, you're like,
And
oh,
that-
come on.
son
and they're
of a
coming-
bitch.
They're coming out with another Ghostbusters. So
Yeah.
yeah, but at least
Yeah.
this one looks good.
Yeah.
yeah, but you're right. Sometimes they come out with a sequel, and they're only doing it to make the money.
Right.
They know you're only, and that was the problem with some of those Star Wars movies because the
Right.
episode 1, 2, and 3,
Yeah.
you could have told that story in 2 hours.
Right.
You didn't need 3 movies. to tell it.
That's kind of how I feel about Captain Marvel. Not to like pick on it, but I feel like it wasn't going to be good. But you had to see it because you had to have the information for like the next movie,
For
and they
Endgame.
knew that. Like
you had to have the end game. You had to know who she was.
So we're like here. So you went to go
She
see it.
didn't
and you
do
knew
that
it
much in
sucked.
Endgame.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, she
but
just comes out at the end like,
no, in the beginning, she saves Tony Stark in space.
True.
yeah.
So you're
But
wondering
he's
who
right,
the
so
hell
that's
is.
almost the only. Then I think you only see her one more
Then
time.
you see her
Yeah,
at
and
the
she doesn't
end.
really do
Probably.
much against Thanos. She
And
Right.
hits him with a big bolt and.
In a 2.5-hour
See,
movie.
it could have been like Captain Marvel could have been great, and I just think the writing was lazy.
All right, now one of my all-time favorite science fiction films is Blade Runner. I think that worked out pretty good for them because
Is
they
that
did.
Wesley Snipes. I forget.
No, that's
That's Blade.
Harrison Ford.
Oh.
Harrison Ford is hunting replicants.
Rutger
They're,
Hauer, Sean Young.
Oh, got it.
So all these years, 30 years later, they decide they're going to make a sequel.
Yeah.
Blade Runner 2049.
20, yeah.
And I was like, my son told me about it because he's a movie guy, and he said and I'm like, why? Why would you do that? Why? But they came out with a brilliant. I like it, but I understand that's a science fiction cult film. But I like it because whoever thought of their replicants? So they look like humans, but they genetically create their eyes, their brain. Everything is genetically created, and somehow they make a body. And they had a 4-year lifespan. But so in the first movie, Terrell, who made them, made Rachel, and he said that Rachel was special. She didn't even know she was a replicant. She thought he gave her memories and everything, so she thought she was a person. So in 2049, you find out, 30 years later, Rachel had a baby.
Oh.
So she's a replicant that had a baby. So I thought, wow, all right. So I was riveted to seeing that movie, and Jared Leto was in it.
Correct.
And he played a blind. They had some interesting characters.
He's on the fence for me.
Did you like it?
I loved it.
You loved
I really loved
2049?
it. Yeah. I thought they did a good job making a sequel because they had Daryl Hannah was the pleasure model, Pris, in the original.
Yes.
So they had a young girl that they made up to look like
Daryl
Hannah. So to me, I was like, okay, they're still making the Pris pleasure model.
Yes.
They're still making it, but this one looked just like Barbie.
Yeah.
The Barbie from
The new
30 years
Barbie.
ago to the Barbie now, is different.
Mm-hmm.
Like they have
a pleasure model to a lot of us.
Yes.
Who, Barbie?
No, Daryl Hannah.
Daryl Hannah, yeah.
Flash. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Oh, that was great. Daryl Hannah she was very attractive. Sean Young was attractive too, but
In
she
her
was
day.
a little. She had.
Yeah.
She's.
Bonnie said she's taking her daughter out to lunch, so have a great weekend.
Oh,
Great,
okay.
Bonnie. Where are you going
good.
to lunch, Bonnie? Enjoy your lunch with your daughter.
Soup.
Do you go to Soup?
No, she's going to Soup.
Oh, she's going. Is there a place called Soup?
Soup.
Soup. Just soup.
She's going to go get soup.
Soup. Everybody
I'm
gets
kidding. I have
soup
no idea
today.
about that.
She used to love.
For Chinese food.
Yeah, well, she used to love Nathan's, and the Nathan's in her neighborhood closed. I remember Bonnie would be like, "I'm going to Nathan's for lunch."
Yes. And now it's a Chick-fil-A.
Is it
Yeah.
Oh, which brings me back to what I was saying before about Grace Slick. I'm glad, so I don't.
okay.
No
You said
loose ends.
Chick-fil-A. She's like Grace
Yeah,
Slick.
Grace Slick. You're going to figure out. You're going to try
gonna
to
sit back
All
on
right,
this one and see what
you
the-
guys. I'll make it quick because we're running out
it's
of time here. So Grace Slick. You say she sold out, but okay. And with Jefferson Airplane, they were talking about the revolution. Let's start the revolution.
Right.
They were going to steal some starships which don't exist, and we were all the people that didn't like it here anymore were going to go to another planet and
What
start
the
our
hell
own.
is he talking about?
That was the Jefferson Starship's original intention.
Oh,
Was to steal. So Jefferson Airplane.
Yeah.
They were very into the revolution.
okay.
And then
What
the
revolution?
The 60s revolution.
60s
Oh,
revolution.
the put up,
hippies
shut up, stand
against-
up
The
revolution?
hippies
Yes.
against. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So then,
Oh, hippies?
yeah.
Hippies?
So then they sold out, and as Sallie mentioned, she made some songs. We built the city on rock and roll,
Yes.
and so anyway,
My Sharona.
Chick-fil-A is they got permission. My Sharon, Chick-fil-A got permission from Grace Slick to use "Nothing's Gonna Stop Us Now."
Another horrible song.
As this, nothing's good. But they got permission to use that Chick-fil-A, and they used it for a commercial.
Yeah.
So now everybody was like, "Grace Slick, you sold out," because Chick-fil-A is anti-gay, and they're anti-gay and
Yeah.
lesbian and everything.
Oh.
So Grace Slick said, "Well, I one-up them." She says, I let them use the song, and all the profits from that song, she donated to a law firm that is part of LGBT, the lesbian gay community.
Nice.
So all the profits from that, so Chick-fil-A, who's anti-gay,
Actually helped.
is actually helping by all that profit is donated to a legal firm
Right.
that is part of the LGBT.
Oh, that's funny.
That's
And,
nice.
Yeah, that's really nice. And
Yeah.
then I have a friend who's opening up. They want to open up a sandwich shop in Cherry Grove, Fire Island, and they want to call it LGBLT.
Grace was hot in her day.
Oh, she was.
no.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, I saw her.
Nope.
I saw her wearing tight jeans. I wanted
Yeah,
to
you
bite her butt. I did.
Oh, my
wanted
wanted
to
to
just,
bite
I
her.
just wanted to bite her on the butt.
Poor
Not
Nancy.
even-
What goes on? in
Because
there?
I knew I
Wow.
wasn't going to have sex with her. I knew
You
they would
just
have
wanted to bite her
I was
ass.
just going to
Wanted to
bite
bite
that. She had an ass at the time, and this was in the 80s, I guess. She had an ass where it looked like the pants were painted on her ass.
Yeah.
That when a woman wears pants that look like they were painted on.
Yes.
I just love that.
You don't think that's a pretty woman, right there?
No, ew, no. She looks dirty and looks like she needs a shave.
I got pictures of her with nipples too, showing her.
all right. Well,
Yeah,
then
that's-
that I
yeah,
might
I've
like.
seen
Yeah. No,
That I might
you
like.
look that up. Look up Google Grace Slick nude,
Yeah.
and you'll be amazed at what comes
Ooh.
what
Full
comes
bush?
up.
Full
She
bush?
didn't mind. That was in the free love.
Yes.
She didn't. They even said that. I think she had to have a DNA test for her daughter because she admitted she wasn't sure who the father was.
Who was the father?
It turned out to be Paul Kantner.
Oh, it did
Oh,
turn out to be
It
him?
was Paul
Yeah,
Kantner.
from Kantner Fitzgerald. What was the name of the? Who's Paul Kantner?
He was in Jefferson Airplane.
Oh, okay.
He was one of the founding members.
Oh,
One
right.
of the guitarists.
Was
yeah.
he in Starship?
Yes.
Well,
And
originally,
he was in Grace Slick.
originally they wanted to take an airplane, and then they had to say, "No, we're taking a Starship, bro." Wasn't that
Well-
a marketing ploy? Or they couldn't
Like they were
possibly
doing like a
believe.
But
come
the
back
ba-
for that.
The original members left except for Grace and Paul Kantner.
because he was still stuck.
in her.
Right.
He was in her. Yeah, he was still stuck like a two dogs.
So they
in
changed
heat.
from airplane to Starship.
Yes.
And they couldn't possibly believe that a starship was going to come take them to a hippie planet. did
No,
they?
but there were better drugs back then. What can I tell you?
Fair enough. Are you
Yeah.
Googling Grace Slick naked?
I did not. Would
Oh.
you like me to?
No, yes, of course I would.
Yeah, no, yes.
You know I would.
Once upon a time in Hollywood that we just saw, that's all like all hippies. So I was
No,
talking
I'm
before
not
because
gonna
that's
see
what
that.
they're doing.
I like that
they keep
movie,
doing
too.
things like hippies.
Hippies.
And they get like all mad.
I hate hippies.
they do too.
Oh, and you know what? I liked, and this was a sequel 10 years later, but
Yeah.
I was, because I'm like you guys. You're making a sequel all these years later, you're going to ruin the original story.
Right.
But
Come up
Zombie,
with an original idea.
Zombieland 2,
And any good?
I enjoyed it.
I like the
just saw
first
it
one. The
again.
first one was kind of fun.
And this is good. This is actually 10 years later because Abigail Clayton there or whatever,
Yeah, uh-huh.
she's grown up now. So they use that, her being grown up and not having any friends her age. So they use that, and it's cool. Zombieland 2 was
Double
a lot
tap.
of fun. Double
Yeah,
tap.
I did actually want to
Yeah.
see that because I did enjoy the first one.
I enjoyed that. I saw Uncut Gems.
Oh, was that good? That looks good.
It's very good, but it's
Yeah,
one of
what's
those.
it like?
It's not a comedy, so you
Yeah,
gotta go,
is it really-
It's a very,
is it very
serious.
dark, or is
it's
it
very
like-
dark?
Okay.
It's very dark.
But you enjoyed it.
I would nominate Adam Sandler for this a dramatic role, and it is out of. It's out of character because there's nothing funny about his character in it
Right.
at all. You
Sure.
actually feel bad for him and you sympathize with his family. But it's one of those movies that I would only see once.
Okay.
I wouldn't go back to it. I would, and very good, great acting in it. But I wouldn't go back to it. I would see it once, and as the first time, I would give it an 8. I would give it an 8. I don't know if I'd give it a 10, but I like that. I like Knives Out was a lot of fun.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
keep trying to see that.
yeah,
we have to
we-
make time to do that.
Yeah, I enjoy Knives Out. That was a good
did it?
murder mystery. Not telling you.
No, son of a bitch.
Not good.
Big guy can trick him.
Come on.
No, I didn't trick
Why
him.
n-
Stop it.
That's
Let's
why
get a
you
movie.
go to see,
That's right. Don't want to ruin it.
you don't want to. I heard that people were waiting online to see a long time ago to see Murder on the Orient Express.
Yeah.
And some friggin' young girl comes out the back door and yells to everybody online who did it, tells them who did it. You know why?
That was mean of her.
I hate it.
Bad form.
Anybody who tells me anything about a movie, I don't want to hear about it.
Right.
That's not right. And even
Well, all right, I do have to
You
spoil
know.
one thing. In the movie Car Wash,
yes,
there's a lot of cars that get washed. Working at the car wash. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
I want to say the M.
I saw it the other day.
I want to call him the M word again, but I'm
Marmaduke.
trying to.
Mama actually,
Marmaduke.
Marmaduke.
Oh my God, it's a Mama
Didn't
Luke.
they try to make that a movie, Marmaduke?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, that was terrible.
Yeah.
You saw it?
Yeah. No,
You
but
the
it was
one?
terrible. I saw Dolomite, then I started watching the regular Dolomite, and then Car Wash came on, and I kind of watched that. And Danielle's like, "Why are you watching all these black movies?" I was like, "I'm not. They're just on TV. I just haven't seen them in a while."
And they're funny. Some of
Working
those
at the
movies
car
are really
wash.
funny.
Yeah, it was funny.
See, now Black Klansman from last year, I really enjoyed that.
That was good. Yep.
I
Yeah,
could
I
see
didn't
that
see it.
again.
That was a good movie.
And I think that should have won Best Picture
It
over the
didn't.
Green Book. It didn't.
The Green Book was good though.
Green Book was good. What's his name there?
Viggo Mortensen.
Viggo Mortensen was very good as an Italian. He was like one of my uncles.
Every time I hear that guy's name, I just get mad because he got to do that. He got to have sex with Diane Lane in that movie.
Oh, yes.
It was that movie where she goes to Woodstock with him? Come on, you don't know
Oh,
that movie?
no, I don't know that movie.
Really? She's naked like half of this movie.
That's a great
All right,
movie.
listen, I got something better for you.
You do?
You want a good Diane Lane movie?
Yeah,
Listen to
This
this,
is,
bunch of
this is one of the this is a perverted man's movie.
Diane Lane.
It was
All
called
right, let me look up what Diane Lane looks like. I can't remember.
Ladies and
Sally's going to get all jealous now.
Oh, she's in
Lane?
some famous movies. but-
Lane.
Okay, when she was very young, it was called Ladies and Gentlemen, the
okay.
Fabulous Stains.
The
And
fabulous
it-
what?
Stains.
Stains on my
Stains, like a
sheets.
shit stain?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And they make them. They had a rock group. It was Diane Lane,
Yeah.
young Laura Dern,
Oh.
and the sister.
Laura
and they
Dern
came
is one
out
of my
with these
favorites,
sheer see-through, and then all the girls were going to the show wearing the same thing as them.
Wow.
And they were a band. They showed how this band, the Fabulous Stains, just became very famous when they weren't even. Yeah, and you can find. I once had a friend of mine watch it with me, and he was like, "Man, this is a great movie." And then he would look at me and say, "You know, you're a little perverted. These are young girls, but they're not young anymore."
Wait a minute. How young are they, Benny? I'm
Back
getting a little
then?
nervous here.
I'm gonna say 18.
Yeah, back when they were 18.
that was quick.
I'm gonna say 18 because they were
Ken,
there. They were
Ken Pichel, that was very good. He just smiled and gave me a Dolomite sandwich.
Yeah, that's good.
That's funny. That's good, Ken.
Diane Lane was also naked in that other movie where she had the affair on her husband.
Oh, with Richard Gere.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that young guy, I forgot his name.
Yeah,
Is that the Cotton Club?
No.
She was in the Cotton.
Unfaithful.
Yeah, maybe
that's
that
it.
was it with Richard Gere.
Yeah, that
What-
movie started out really good, but then
Yeah,
after
it-
Gere
it-
killed
yeah.
the guy, it got stupid.
Yeah, it did get stupid.
I think
What
that was
movie is that?
Unfaithful.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, and
She-
Richard
she-
Gere gets
2002.
away with it at
Yeah,
the end,
she-
right?
she-
Well, they kind of leave you guessing at the end. Remember, he parks his car in front of the police station?
Oh
the
yeah,
movie
and
ends.
who is he married to?
Diane Lane.
He's
Yeah,
married to
yeah,
Diane
she was-
Lane.
Right,
And he's
she had the
cheating-
affair.
She had the affair.
Oh,
and-
she had the affair.
Yeah, but
Right.
she was real good looking in that
And
one.
then,
She got
and
naked
then
in that
Richard
too.
Gere hires Uncle Junior. Remember, Uncle Junior from The Sopranos is the PI who follows Diane Lane around and gets the photos.
Yeah,
Oh,
she's
all
real
right.
hot. She's hot in that
when
one
is she
too.
not hot?
What was the movie where she's completely naked in Woodstock? What's the name of that
Something
one?
with the moon.
Oh yeah, I saw it.
Bark at the Moon.
Howl at the Moon.
A Walk on the Moon.
That's
Walk
it,
on the Moon.
Walk
I'm
on
gonna
the
go
Moon.
see that.
1999.
Yeah, guess what I'll be watching tonight? Walk on the Moon.
You know, there's a werewolf movie The Howling.
Yes.
Yeah, and there is a great scene with,
With
these
what's her name?
Dee Wallace.
Dee Wallace.
She played the mom in E.T.
Yep.
Anyway, there's a scene with this man and woman having sex by a fire and
Yep.
turning into wolves as they're having sex, and they start howling, and it's like one of the greatest sex scenes I've ever
So
seen.
Sally turns into a wolf every night.
Yeah, I know.
She doesn't shave. Yeah, she played.
It's wintertime.
Yeah, she played Cherry Valance in The Outsiders. Correct, Ken?
Yeah, that's
that's right,
right. She
yeah.
was in The Outsiders
Yes. Yeah, she's a gorgeous woman,
Even
She
now,
is.
they make her old in those stupid Superman movies.
and she's still.
too. Oh yeah, she's
Yeah,
mom
she
in
looks
the.
great. Yeah.
looks
Well, the same. Marissa Tomei is 50,
Right.
and she's
Oh my goodness.
she's
Spider-Man's
aunt. And I
Yeah.
remember when
Hot
my
aunt.
son told me she's Aunt May. I'm like, how could you make a hot woman like that Aunt May? But now I have no
She's
problem with it at all.
fantastic in those
Yeah, I
movies.
wish
The
she
wrestler.
Oh,
She is-
the wrestler. She
She's
got
fantastic.
naked.
I
You know
really
what?
like her.
Moly.
Yeah.
Marissa Tomei is an underrated actress because
Yes.
she's been doing the All in the Family. They've done it twice.
Yes.
Yeah, I haven't
oh,
seen those. Are they good?
The live.
No.
She's great as Edith. She plays Edith.
She
Yeah.
was- I say it every time I hear her name. I saw her on Broadway doing Wait Until Dark.
And she got
Remember
naked in
movie?
that.
Wait Until Dark?
Yeah.
Guess what?
What?
Sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
What?
Cindy gave us Book of Mormons.
Oh,
Oh,
where are you
cool.
going?
I don't know. It was January sometime.
16th or
You
17th?
better block
Yeah.
it off on the calendar.
We did.
The Book
Yeah.
of Mormon.
I've been wanting to see it for like 1,000 years.
I
My
know.
sister
My
got it
son
for
has
us.
wanted us to go.
Hello.
Yeah. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt you. I just had like a little heart thing.
And did you block off March 7th for me, Dum Dum? Or
What are
did
you
you
doing?
find out if we had shows that day?
March 7th.
Yeah.
No.
March 7th is Tit Cup.
Tit Cup. Yeah, I heard that yesterday.
We had to postpone. We're going to Tit Cup March 7th. But if we have shows, I can always postpone it again, as long as I have enough,
I didn't write you down as not being available, but I will.
Thank you. Remember I said this.
Okay.
All right, we're just about out of time.
Are we?
Yeah.
3 minutes left.
Damn it. Who could we talk about that's super hot?
Well, I don't know if he's super hot, but very excited about Monday's show.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because
Monday. So I wanted to mention it because I wanted to give a little background.
Yes.
Way back. I mean, we're talking towards the beginning of our show,
Like
right?
a year and a half or something. Poor
We
guy.
had, and he's been here a couple of times. We had John Lepper. He lives in a town called Babylon, which is
Tepper.
east of here. What?
Tepper.
John Lepper. He's been fighting.
Joe.
He's been fighting the town
Joe
because
Tepper.
he built a big tree house in his yard.
The town of Babylon.
Yeah,
Right.
that's what I said.
You just said the town.
No, I
want to know.
He said Babylon
village.
while you interrupted him the
Did he?
first time.
Damn it.
Yes.
The
Let him
village.
talk.
Actually, it's not the town. It's the village.
Well, true. Babylon
Right.
Village.
Babylon Village.
And they wanted him to take the treehouse down. They said it was code violations and all sorts of stuff. And they really gave him a hard time. They gave him thousands of dollars in fines. Really gave him a tough time. He fought this battle for almost 2 years. Actually, 2 years, and he just won.
Yes.
Just yesterday, the news came out that they're finally going to leave him alone, and he has every right to have the treehouse up. And he's coming in here on Monday. He's coming in here on Monday, and he's going to talk about his
What a
ordeal,
waste of
what he went
taxpayers'
cool.
money.
Very cool.
a huge waste.
A
of
huge
taxpayers'
waste of
time
taxpayers'
and
money.
I mean,
Only
again, this
because
went
the
on for 2
mayor's
years.
friend's wife complained about it.
Who lives across the street or something. Yeah.
Right.
She could suck a big nut now.
So
Yep.
we're very happy for John. We're glad it's all over with. And I mean, it was a big deal.
Yeah, I
all
hope
the
he
time
paints
and money that he
flames
had
on
put
it
in.
or paints it like bright
People
pink
that
just to
mostly
drive her nuts.
himself. He's a fireman. He's such a good guy.
I would
Oh,
find out
that's
what her
cool.
least favorite color was, and I'd paint the treehouse that.
Yeah.
Remember, even he was a city fireman. So remember, even one of the court dates they gave him to appear in court was September 11th. He was like, "Are you kidding? September 11th?" You know, they were horrible to this man because he built a treehouse. Unbelievable.
I've heard historically, because I lived in Babylon at one time,
Okay.
that in the village of Babylon, you can't put up a light bulb without there's somebody who's from the board who's
Right.
going to complain about it.
Everything
Yep.
was completely to code, and it was just about who knows who.
That's exactly-
and that's what was so sad. Like every time he came in and he would tell more of it. We'd be like, no way. How is this even?
But that's the way the village of Babylon was, because I worked for a friend of mine owned a restaurant by the water, and his Christmas decorations had to be approved by the town.
No kidding.
Yes.
Christmas decorations.
Yes, yeah. Anything he did, like just a decoration outside, had to have an approval. There were people in Babylon Village who would go, and I'm talking about many years ago.
Yeah.
So I guess it's still that way.
What a shame.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. I'd also like to just quickly mention, congratulations, JP, Roger and JP. JP's been in here a few times on a few different shows. Him and Rogers, I think it's today, actually, celebrating their 20th anniversary on the air on WVAB.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, it's very cool, and it's very hard to do, to last, at the same station, working together, a team like that for 20 years. So congratulations to them. And again,
I know guys that couldn't even make 6 months on the station or something.
I don't know. Yeah, I've heard of that. Yeah. I mean, you got to be something.
You got to be some kind of special human being not to even last 6 months.
Are you talking about each other here?
No.
Yeah, all right.
So once again, it's Friday, so everybody tune in tomorrow at 7 p.m. for Put Up, Shut Up, or Stand Up with the one and only Don Sill hosting. Some great comedians as contestants. Benny Rizzuti will be there. Eric will be there.
I will
Sally
be there.
will be there.
Sally.
Tony will not be
I
finally.
will not be there. I only did the first two.
That's it?
Yeah,
Oh, it
that's
seems
it.
like you're on every show.
I have not been. I've tailed off.
Just because you're making fun of him.
No, I agree. I remember I actually went to him once and said, "There's too much of me. I got to stop that." But it was fun. And
Yeah, no, it's a
people
fun.
ask me to do stuff. I enjoy it. But no, I only did the first two. This is, I think, episode 8 or 9 now. Right?
Yeah.
This is going to be great.
It's going to be a lot
It
of
won't
fun.
be as good as when I was on it because you're here.
No, it'll be way better.
But you'll be back. You'll be back
I'll
on
be
it.
back.
Yeah.
And I just want to say, I know you got to wrap it up.
No, it's fine.
Jeff Bosey wrote, "I would never leave Benny alone in a room with lotion."
Wow.
And now
Is
you
this from
guys know
experience that
me.
Jeff
and
knows
a
this?
Diane
What?
and a Diane Lane movie apparently.
You guys know me.
Yes.
Wouldn't you rather me alone in a room with lotion?
Yes, I wouldn't want to be with you.
Yeah, with lotion.
I'd totally leave you alone. See you later, Benny.
Well, that's the next bag. The next thing coming out of that bag. Look what I got, fellas. Lotion.
And the ladies and gentlemen, the fabulous stains. Me in a room with that? No. I'm fine. Now you got me looking for lotion now.
Tune in tomorrow night to see
end
the
the
game
show.
show with everybody. Join us again on Monday for Valentina at 9:30 a.m. We'll be back at 11 a.m. again with John Lepper, the Steve Squared, the Word Show, all the great shows coming at you live on govsradio.com. Thank you, Benny, as always. Always
thank
fun
you.
with Benny.
Thank you.
Benny's
I'd love
great.
Fuck off, Mike Lee.
Everybody have a great week, and we'll see you Monday.